or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Planet Pizza. 4 systems go for lunch. Frequent supper time's a crunch. 2 T-minus now, it's time 1 for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for Planet Pizza. Planet Pizza.
Hi, my name is Marshall Kanab. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
ProStyleProduction.com. This presentation on the ProStyle Production Broadcast Network has been made possible by IMM, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Souris Valley Dental, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Thrifty White Drug, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Buffalo Wild Wings, Pimento Orthodontics, Bremer Bank, Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, First International Bank and Trust, Tecta America Dakotas, Elevation, First Western Bank and Trust, and Pro Style Production DJ Services. Stay up to date with the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network at ProStyleProduction.com.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Planet Pizza. 4 systems go for lunch. Frequent supper time's a crunch. 2 T-minus now, it's time 1 for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for Planet Pizza. Planet Pizza.
Hi, my name is Marshall Kanab. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
ProStyleProduction.com. This presentation on the ProStyle Production Broadcast Network has been made possible by IMM, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Souris Valley Dental, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Thrifty White Drug, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Buffalo Wild Wings, Pimento Orthodontics, Bremer Bank, Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, First International Bank and Trust, Tecta America Dakotas, Elevation, First Western Bank and Trust, and Pro Style Production DJ Services. Stay up to date with the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network at ProStyleProduction.com.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Planet Pizza. Systems go for lunch when supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for Planet Pizza. Planet Pizza.
Hi, my name is Marshall Canaan. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
ProStyleProduction.com. This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network has been made possible by IMM, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Souris Valley Dental, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Thrifty White Drug, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Buffalo Wild Wings, Pimento Orthodontics, Bremer Bank, Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, First International Bank and Trust, Tecta America Dakotas, Elevation, First Western Bank and Trust, and Pro Style Production DJ Services. Stay up to date with the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network at ProStyleProduction.com.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Planet Pizza. Systems go for lunch when supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for Planet Pizza. Planet Pizza.
Hi, my name is Marshall Canaan. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS Store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
ProStyleProduction.com. This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network has been made possible by IMM, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Souris Valley Dental, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Thrifty White Drug, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Buffalo Wild Wings, Pimento Orthodontics, Bremer Bank, Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, First International Bank and Trust, Tecta America Dakotas, Elevation, First Western Bank and Trust, and Pro Style Production DJ Services. Stay up to date with the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network at ProStyleProduction.com.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
This broadcast on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by ProStyleProduction.com. It's time for Minot High Magicians Hockey.
Comes down low to the near side. Bennett walks out with it. Bennett centering. Feed fires it. Easton Bennett scores. It's 4-1 Magi on the twisted wrister from Easton Bennett.
The growing tradition of Magi hockey carries on today.
He scores, and it's a hat trick for Hayden Schwartz. Tic-tac-toe play, Mason Morelli with the backhand, slips it past the netminder. Here's Martell driving, scores! Martell refutes, and the Magi are on the board of the power play. 40 seconds in OT, a drive coming back to our Fuchs. Flom gets her out of that. Flom getting fires. He scores! And that Flom has done it!
With one goal in mind.
Face off one back to the Knights. Minot High is winning the state title. They have won the state championship.
This broadcast on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Souris Valley Dental, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Thrifty White Drug, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Buffalo Wild Wings, Pimento Orthodontics, Bremer Bank, Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, First International Bank and Trust, Tecta America Dakotas, Elevation, First Western Bank and Trust, and Pro Style Production DJ Services.
To the point, Hyde sends it down. Bennett, top shelf backhand, right where Grandma keeps the cookies, and it's 5-1. Out of Gretzky's office, Bennett feeds Hyde at the line, near side. Hyde tunes it in, tipped in front. Vile tucks it home, and it's 5-1. Leanne's handling, whistling, firing into the glove. No, he scored. It's 2-0. Heads, tattoos at home, and the Magicians lead 2-0.
It's time for the Minot High Magician Hockey Planet Pizza pregame show. Planet Pizza, the area's ultimate party location, has been serving the Magic City for over 20 years. Call and order now at 701-852-1700.
Colby Enns will start the rush. Enns has a big hit at center ice. Welcome to senior night. Plenty of noise. Easton Bennett absolutely lights up Ruley. There's the hit of the game, maybe of the week.
Now, let's go to the ice with the voice of the Magi. Here's Nick Hulberg.
For the last 2 years at the North Dakota State High School Hockey Tournament, the Minot High Magicians and Fargo Davies Eagles have seen each other. Last year it was the Magi and Eagles that matched up in the opening round of the North Dakota State High School Hockey Tournament. And last year at that State High School Hockey Tournament, it was the Magi from Minot High that walked out victorious. The prior year, it was Minot High that fell to Davies in the 5th place game of the North Dakota State High School Hockey Tournament. These two teams building a bit of a rivalry, an East versus West showdown. No different here tonight in 2018. The only difference is Fargo Davies hasn't suffered a loss in regulation yet this year, and the Magi come in at 6-6-1. Good afternoon and welcome to the Planet Pizza pregame show. I'm Nick Hulberg. Thanks for joining us here at ProStyleProduction.com and, of course, at 1390 KRRZ. This is the Planet Pizza pregame show for Minot High Magicians Hockey. Planet Pizza is the area's ultimate party location for school parties, team parties, birthday parties, and so much more. They truly are out of this world. Planet Pizza can be reached this afternoon at 701-852-1700 for free delivery. Planet Pizza really is some tasty stuff. I had the Planet Pizza buffet for lunch yesterday. That stuff is absolutely delicious. Well, we're in store for a good one today. The Magicians and Eagles get set up to go toe-to-toe. The Eagles come in at 9-0-2 overall. They sit at 7-0-2 inside the East region, currently the 3rd place team in the East. Here's the kicker. They've taken Red River and Central both to overtime, and they also played Fargo South last night to a 3-2 tilt. So what that tells you is this Davies team does have the tools to go all the way this year. If they can take Central and Red River right to the wire the way they have, look out. They're a team that's going to be tough to contend with, especially for the Magi, a team that's had a hard time finding a way to score. They're led by Jake Violet, scoring only 8 goals on the season. Next in line in the goal category for the Magi, a handful of players with 4 goals on the year. Minot High just hasn't found the back of the net a whole bunch. The bad news for the Magi today is that the Fargo Davies goaltender by the name of Jared Winter sits on a 109 goals against average and a 94.4 save percentage. Look out. It's going to be the tail of the tape today. Can the Magi find a way to crack Winter and muster up enough shots on goal while having Odie Nelson stand on his head a bit this afternoon, because Kane Stibbe and Jay Buchholz from Davies have a combined 47 points on the season. Get ready for a good one this afternoon. Minot High in for a bit of a dogfight on their home ice here at Pepsi Rink. When we come back to the Planet Pizza pregame show, we'll look at the standings in the East and the West. We'll look back to yesterday's matchup for the Magicians. They beat up on Jamestown 5-1. We'll also look at the state's top performers. Then we'll hear from Jason Bennett at the Elevation Coaches Corner. It's the Magi and Eagles going toe-to-toe this afternoon on 1390 KRRZ and at ProStyleProduction.com. More of the Planet Pizza pregame show when we return. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
Serve. First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Go for lunch when supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for fun. Planet Pizza. Planet Pizza.
Hi, my name is Marshall Kanab. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
ProStyleProduction.com. This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network has been made possible by IMM, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Souris Valley Dental, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Thrifty White Drug, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibetta Orthodontics, Bremer Bank, Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, First International Bank and Trust, Tecta America Dakotas, Elevation, First Western Bank and Trust, and Pro Style Production DJ Services. Stay up to date with the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network at ProStyleProduction.com.
It is First West Showdown this afternoon from the Pepsi Rink here in the Magic City. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey and the Planet Pizza pregame show. Planet Pizza, the area's ultimate party location. School parties, team parties, birthday parties, and so much more. They truly are out of this world. Planet Pizza brings you the pregame show here this afternoon for this East First West Showdown. Minot High comes in currently sitting in the top spot in the West Region of North Dakota High School Hockey, sitting on a 5-2 mark in West Region play. They have played 7 games, however, so Bismarck Century and Bismarck High, the arguably better teams in the West Region, have a few games in hand with only 5 games played. But here's how the standings shake out in the West. It's Minot number 1, sitting on the 5-2 mark with 15 points. Jamestown currently sitting on a 9-5 record. 9 games played. They're 5-4, corrected. 8-5 overall for the Blue Jays, who were here yesterday. Bismarck Century's 5-0 on the season. So Century has 15 points on the year as well, along with Jamestown and Minot High. Bismarck High's 4-1, 9-3 overall. They've got 12 points on the year, as does Dickinson at 4-4 on the season. Botno Rugby currently sits at 6th. Mandan's at 7th. Williston is winless on the year. They sit in 8th, and Hayes and Beulah not keeping track of points at the varsity level this year due to numbers. So Minot High number 1, Jamestown 2, Century 3, High number 4, Dickinson 5, Botno Rugby 6, Mandan 7, Williston 8, Hayes and Beulah number 9. By the end of this week coming up, we'll have a better idea of how those standings are actually going to shake out as we get closer to the West Region Tournament, which will take place in just about 3 weeks here at the Mesa Arena. Over on the other side of the state in the East Region, it's Grand Forks Red River as the team to beat with 25 points. They've played 9 games. They're 7-0-2-2 on the year. Grand Forks Central's sitting on 9 games played also. They're 24 points good on the year. They're 7-0-2-1. Fargo Davies has 23 points on the season. Davies sits on a record of 7-0-2 in East Region play. Grafton Park River is number 4 in the East. Fargo North number 5. Fargo South Shanley number 6. Devils Lake number 7. West Fargo's number 8. And West Fargo Cheyenne's 1-8. They're number 9 over the east side of the state. Games that took place yesterday across North Dakota. Bismarck High JV was at Botno Rugby. That's coming up here this weekend. Today, actually. My apologies. Let's go back to yesterday. Grand Forks Central beat Fargo North. That score was 2-1. What happened there? 2-1 Central beats up on North. Bismarck High demolishes Devils Lake 8-0. Fargo Davies over Shanley 3-2. Grafton Park River over West Fargo 9-2. Jamestown losing to Minot last night 5-1 here at the Pepsi Rink. And Red River beats West Fargo Cheyenne yesterday 8-2. Let's look at the games taking place around the state today. And that's where you see Bismarck High's JV at Botno Rugby for a 7:30 tilt. Davies is here at Minot for this matchup this afternoon at 3:30. Bismarck Century's at Williston at 4:30 this afternoon. And Devils Lake is in Mandan to take on Leaf Matson's Mandan Braves. Big week this week for the Magi coming up the 16th and 18th. The Bismarck schools are here. First Century will be here on Tuesday night, followed by Bismarck High
on Thursday night. Always fun to have those Bismarck schools here when we get close to tournament time. We'll take a break here on our Planet Pizza pregame show. When we come back, we'll hear from Jason Bennett in the Elevation Coaches Corner. After that, we'll dive further into the numbers of this one. It's Minot High and Fargo Davies in East First West showdown here this afternoon. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
When supper time's a crunch, T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for fun. Planet Pizza. Planet Pizza.
It's time for the Elevation Coaches Corner. Elevation, located at the Minot Country Club and open to the public 7 days a week. Elevate your game at Elevation. Now back to the ice for the Elevation Coaches Corner.
Welcome back to the Planet Pizza pregame show for the Elevation Coaches Corner. We're now joined by the Minot High co-head coach, Mr. Jason Bennett. First of all, thanks again for a little time here today. You guys sneak out a win last night. Sneak's maybe not the right word. You guys end up with a 5-1 win over Jamestown. But in your mind, is it fair to say that was a little bit of a sloppy hockey game last night and found a way to score 5, but just didn't look like there was a whole lot of rhythm last night on either side?
I think so. I think we gave up more than we wanted to. I think we ended up giving up, upwards of almost 30 shots. And down there we didn't. But, maybe that's kind of what our identity is becoming, where maybe not a team that's going to run and gun and it's going to be tic-tac-toe over the ice. We're a team that maybe has to almost muck it up, a little bit of trapping here and there and find a way for pucks to get in the net, maybe an unconventional way. I think we had a couple tip goals last night. We had kind of a fluky lob wedge that went in from the blue line, and that's what we need. We had 5 goals, and that's something to take forward in a positive note.
On a bright side, a couple guys got their first goal in the 2017-2018 campaign last night. For you guys, when you see these guys get their first of the year, it obviously energizes the bench a little bit. What does that do for the hockey team?
It's good, and like I said, I think Abrahamson got one last night. Hunter Cope got one chipped in with 2 points last night. Role players that are, scoring goals where you expect some of your top-end guys, as you'd say, to be the guys producing points. And I think they will. They'll come around. But we got some points from defensemen last night. We got at least 2 goals from the D. And then, some third liners chipped in as well. So that's good to see.
Things don't get easy today. The Fargo's Davies Eagles come into town, and they're a team that's 9-0-2 on the season, a team that's given the top teams, quote-unquote, Red River and Central in the state overtime runs each time they've played them. This is a team that comes in led by Cade Stibbe and Jay Buchholz, and probably the best goaltender in the state in Jared Winter. How big of a task is today with Fargo Davies, and how excited are you to see this team before the tournament time?
Well, it's a good opportunity for us. Anytime you get a non-conference game against a quality opponent, you're going to take that. There's a difference between the top-end teams in the state, and I think, the middle of the pack and the bottom-end teams. It's really tiered, where you have the 2 Centrals, and you have Fargo Davies, and you have, Bismarck Century, and then you maybe look more, Minot High, Bismarck High, and even Jamestown to some extent is probably in that middle of the pack. So we're excited. It's a good opportunity. This is a team we saw twice last year. We beat them down there in overtime. I think Colby Enns got the game winner, and then we beat them in the first round game of the state tournament. So they have, for the most part, the same team they had last year. We do too, with the exception of a couple players gone. So it'll be interesting to see where it ends up tonight.
We were just talking before the Coach's Corner, brought to you by Elevation here tonight, that the parity in North Dakota high school hockey, it's just, if you're a gambling man, you could lose a lot of money on betting on high school hockey, just by the way that some scores kind of shock a guy from time to time. Talk about the parity a little bit. You talk about those tiers a little bit, but what does that say about some of these teams and some of these players that can really surprise a guy on any given night, that kind of scares a guy going into tournament time, doesn't it?
It is on any given night. We talked last night after the game, even about Jamestown. That's a team that theoretically you could face as a win and you're in, state tournament qualifying game, and that's a little bit scary. They have enough up front where they can, score goals, and they have a good enough goalie on most nights where he can probably make 32 out of 34 saves, and you're going to have to win a 3-2 hockey game. So out east you have, obviously Central Red River and Davies. Those are the top 3, and Bismarck Century is I think probably clearly shown they're number 1, even though they did just beat Bismarck High, 2-1. So I think the game we played Century earlier when we had, I think, 14 penalties, and it was kind of the Spooner show down there. that it wasn't indicative of a 7-0 hockey game. We didn't play very well, but I don't think Bismarck Century's 7-0 better than us, and we'll find that out Tuesday night, but we got to get through tonight first.
Talked about it last night. Jamestown, Davies, Century, Bismarck High, 4 games in the span of about 7 nights. Goaltending situation tonight, do you go back with Odie Nelson, or does Love get the call? And what do you do with a bunch of games in a row here? Do you just ride the hot one, or how do you guys decide on this?
I think so. I think we ride the hot one. Odie played well last night. His numbers are, they're creeping up there. I looked today, and I think he's at 88.1, and we told him, I think we set a goal. If he can be at 90 most nights, that gives us a fighting chance. If it's the nights that he's at 67 or 70% that, we really are behind the 8 ball, and we don't score enough to, put up 7 or 8 goals against good quality hockey teams. So he's going to have to be good tonight. They got a top line that's pretty explosive, and we're going to maybe throw some wrinkles in there. Like I said, it's a non-conference game, and looking to see what advantages we can take if we do happen to see him in the state tournament later on down the road. Sure
appreciate your time tonight. Best of luck against Fargo Davies.
Wonderful, thank you.
That's Jason Bennett, the go-ahead coach of the Minot High Magicians on the Elevation Coaches Corner. When we come back to the Planet Pizza pregame show, we'll get you geared up and ready for this one. East First West showdown tonight. It's Davies and Minot High. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
Hi, my name is Marshall Knopp. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. I've had many customers express being frustrated with the P.O. box they once had. They didn't realize they couldn't have packages delivered to their P.O. box. It's why they now have a personal mailbox here at the UPS store. We'll accept the packages for you, and you can pick them up when it's best for you. For a more efficient business, visit us at the UPS store. We are at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestead from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
For lunch, when supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for Planet Pizza.
I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork and their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
ProStyleProduction.com. This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network has been made possible by IMM, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Souris Valley Dental, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Thrifty White Drug, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Buffalo Wild Wings, Pimento Orthodontics, Bremer Bank, Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, First International Bank and Trust, Tecta America Dakotas, Elevation, First Western Bank and Trust, and Pro Style Production DJ Services. Stay up to date with the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network at ProStyleProduction.com.
God bless our servicemen and women. God bless our veterans. God bless America. Excellent rendition of our nation's national anthem. Today performed by Savannah Buckwhites and Patrick Mileta from Minot High School. Fantastic job by those two here tonight. Let's look at the matchup here on the radio broadcast for Minot High Magicians hockey this afternoon. It's the Davies Eagles in their road maroons with the gold and white trim led by Cade Stibbe. 24 points on the year for him. That comes to the tune of 10 goals, 14 assists. 23 points for Jay Buchholz. He was an All-Stater last year. He's a senior this year. 6 goals, 17 assists for him. 17 points on the year for Austin Schmidt. That comes to the tune of 10 and 7. Minot High led by Jake File. 14 points for him on 8 goals, 6 assists. 1 and 8 for 9 points for Patrick Hyde. And Mason Deal sits on 9 points on the year with 4 goals, 5 assists. Minot High traveling from the right to the left, left to the right for the Fargo Davies Eagles. Minot High in those home white uniforms. They've got maroon helmets, pants, and gloves on this afternoon. They start with Nick Murphy along with Fillion and Stenberg on the back end. They've got Peterson and Hyde, and we are underway for North Dakota High School hockey at East First West Showdown in a rematch of last year's quarterfinal matchup of the State High School Hockey Tournament, which the Magicians won by a score of 4-2. Could be a tough day today for the Magi. This Davies team is the real deal. Take them as a buzzsaw coming into the matchup. And on the schedule, Minot High will need to play better hockey than they played yesterday against Jamestown. Delayed penalty coming on the Eagles, and Minot High will get a power play just 35 seconds into the opening frame. We'll wait and see what the call is from Garmer Krimick. He's out there today with Eric Steele wearing the stripes. Sam Smith and Jank Stack are the linesmen. Hooking call on the Davies captain. That's Devin Kelly, the senior forward. He's got a seat in the sin bin for 2 minutes. So the Magi power play is out early tonight to see what they could do against one of the East Region's top producing teams. Talk about the goaltenders in just a minute. Boy, they've got a good one in Jared Winter as well. He wears old school brown looking leather leg pads. Vaughn equipment. It's new, but it looks old. It's pretty sweet stuff. Here's Hyde from the line. Teed one up, but he sent it wide. Puck comes back away to the near side wing and out to center ice. Hyde back in his own territory. Moves it over to the right side of the ice surface. And now it comes back up to Fillion and over the line, but it's taken by the Eagles, and away with it comes Sylvester, and he'll move it up the near side wing. Trying to clear it out of his own end. Held in at the line by Murphy. Broughton with the help now, and Murphy's down in the near corner. $1:22 on the Magi power play. 15:42 to play here in the opening frame. Scoreless tilt with Minot High and Fargo Davies early on tonight as the puck comes underneath the half wall over to Nick Murphy. Power play time down to 1:05 for the Magi as Logan Broughton, the captain of the Magicians, back to the point. Hyde can't hold the zone. It escapes him, and it goes over to Vial. Well, Vial will just dump this one in. Out to play it was the goaltender, Caden Oldham. Excuse me, it's Caden Oldham that's got the start tonight, not Jared Winter. My apologies. Into the offensive zone, a shot comes in and went just wide away to the far wall where Stenberg tried to clear the zone, does up to Mason Deal. Had it in his feet, and then Deal didn't get rid of it quick enough or make a move quick enough, and he lost a handle on it. He regains control down low, and the puck is taken away by the Eagles, and they'll just launch this one the full 200 feet the length of the ice. Odie Nelson forced to play it on the blocker's side where he leaves it aside there for Peterson. 24 seconds remains on the power play for the Magi with 14:45 of the first. In with a drive and a whistler up and wide from Opposed. Back at the point, Peterson. Left side of the ice, down low to Deal. He goes over to the far wing at the half wall. It's Stenberg. Back up to Brett Davis, and Davis lost a handle on it. Comes out to center ice where it's taken by Peterson with a backhand. 9-iron, threw it into the corner. The Magicians are on the prowl, but the Davies Eagles are back at full strength. Here's Mason Deal in the offensive zone, trying to feed it in front to Brent Davis. He did, but it's taken away. And up the far side wall, it's going to be taken by Scarproot, who escapes the zone with it up to Taylor Parent. And Parent has to regain control at center and then spin it off the glass in behind Odin Nelson. Goes down into the far corner where a pair of 11s go toe-to-toe. Right side of the radio dial with the puck is Devin Kelly. He lost a handle for the Eagles, and it comes back up to Stenberg, who chips it up off the glass. Magi go for a change. And Odie Nelson comes out of the net to play the puck in behind on the end wall. He grabs it off the glass, drops it down. Stenberg's got it on the far side half boards, and now Stenberg tries to push to center. He does. Long shift for Stenberg. He goes off for a change as the Eagles hammer it in. They get a 3-for-5 change themselves as Haberman brings it up the near wall. Haberman pushed out to the neutral ice zone into the offensive territory where Jack Plemmel's on the forecheck. Max Larson tried to clear it. Plemmel far side wing. Now it's Hunter Cope. He got on the score sheet last night. 2-point night for Hunter Cope. Nice night for the Magi skater number 19. Cope picking up points number 3 and 4 of his junior campaign last night. Misspoke, he's a senior. Out to center ice for the Eagles. They push it out to neutral right over the Pepsi logo at the center ice face-off dot. Patrick Hyde over to Abrahamson. He picked up his first point of the year, first goal of the year last night at Abrahamson. He's a junior, I'll guarantee you that. Take it at the line and hammered in as it goes around the end wall. 12:45 to play here in the opening period. Scoreless hockey game with Minot and Fargo Davies. Here's Philly, the sophomore, underneath the net. Batted it off the back of the cage, and it's taken up to the point where Broughton's got it back. Goes over to Opposed. Opposed back to Murphy. Murphy's hit over the line, but he's whistled for the offside. 12:32 to play in the opening period. Scoreless tilt here tonight. Hate to say it, but in this first 5 minutes of action tonight, the Magicians have connected on more passes than they did in the entire 51 minutes last night against Jamestown. Hate to rag on the high school hockey club, but boy, they were sloppy last night. They got the win at a 5-1 tilt. That's all that really matters, but they look a lot better here tonight. Intensity level, the execution level, all of it looking a little bit better tonight for the Magi early on. Plenty of hockey left to play, however. Out to center ice, taken by Philly, and then Broughton back to Philly and up over center. Philly trying to sweep it away up to Murphy. He does. Now Murphy trying to get it back to Stenberg. It's taken away by the Eagles as it's taken on the near side wall and then hammered into the zone there by Devin Kelly. Make that 16 instead. That's Ethan Madsen. Madsen moved it in and gets it back as the Magi cleared out to center. Here's Stenberg with the puck, plenty of real estate. He brings it back over to Broughton, and Broughton with 11:45 to play in the opening frame. Whistles in from center. The stop is made from Caden Oldham. Oldham's the senior goaltender for Fargo Davies, coming into tonight's matchup with 1 game played. Sitting on 100% save percentage and a 0 goals against average. That means he's had 1 shutout on the season. Oldham picking up that shutout at Marshall. They took on Marshall, Minnesota. On conference matchup, they won 8-0. Here's a slap shot from the line that went wide. Puck comes back away to Hyde on the left side of the boards, away to the near side wing. At the top of the circle it comes. Oldham, by the way, tonight goes against Jody Nelson, sitting on a 3 goals against average and an 88% save percentage. Nelson's 5-5-1 here in his junior campaign. He's played 11.5 games. Puck's up and out of play. Souvenir finds a fan. And we'll face it off back in the neutral ice zone here with 11:09 to play in the first period. Talking to Jason Bennett in the Elevation Coach's Corner during the Planet Pizza pregame show tonight. Kind of a tricky question, asking him, did you have any concern? Basically what I was alluding to is, are you concerned at all that Modern High might not get into the tournament with some of these teams like Dickinson, Jamestown? Those are a couple teams that he talks about. The different tiers, the tops in the west, tops in the east, then it falls off a bit, then it falls off another level again. That Jamestown team could be one with Matt Schneider in goal that could cause the Magicians trouble. Modern High looks to be finishing in the 3rd spot in the West region when it's all said and done, unless they can pick up some wins against Bismarck, Century, and High this week. Pressuring are the Eagles back in the Minot High territory behind Odie Nelson, blocker side. Puck's at the half boards, worked down underneath now. It comes back away underneath the net. Delay call coming on the Magi. Eric Steele had the arm up. And to the box for the Magi will go Brent Davis. He'll sit for 2 minutes with 10:34 to play in the first. Minot High is a shoo-in for the state high school hockey tournament. They have been for plenty of years. The last time Minot High didn't make the dance was the early 2000s. If I'm not mistaken, unless there was a year there in the mid-2000s. Slap shot from the line. That was a howitzer from Trevor Clevin. And the stop is made from Odie Nelson. Gobbles that one up and hangs on tight to it. Odie making his 2nd stop of the hockey game. Back to the point. Eagles with control again. Near side wing. Hammering. This is Sylvester rising one up and over the net, but it went wide. Power play for the Eagles sits at a minute 45. Still a scoreless game with 10:15 in the first. Trying to clear the zone for the Magi. Comes back onto the tape for Haberman. Hammers it around the glass and escapes the zone, and the Eagles have to regroup at center. Fargo Davies traveling from the left to the right here for the opening frame. It's taken away on the far side boards in front of the Minot High bench by Fillion, and Fillion with a backhand sends that one down 100 feet towards the goal, and Minot High gets a change on the kill. Penalty kill on for another minute 18 as the Eagles from Davies set up shot back in their own territory. Tyler Clement up to center ice over the Minot High stripe. This is Michael Wold. Wold brought it in. Nice play from Patrick Hyde. Interrupted that play. And now in the near side corner, the puck's tied up underneath the bottom of the circle. Down for long. Eagles back out with it loose in front of Odie Nelson. Then it's swept away to the near wall. It goes out to center, and at center ice, the Eagles regain control after they go for a line change. 50 seconds remains on the power play. Is into the zone. This is Clement. Walks, turns, fires. He scored. Put that one right over the glove. Right under the glove, right over the pad of Odin Nelson. And a power play goal from Clement as he fired that one from inside the circle. On the glove side, he beats Odin Nelson clean, and it's 1-0 Fargo Davies. Nice play from Clement. I think Sylvester's going to get credit with an assist. We'll have to listen in. Clement from Sylvester will be my guess. It was Clement that fired it. We'll listen to Dan Sepp.
Scored by skater number 4, Tyler Clement. Assisted on the play by skater number 7, Brian Sylvester. That's 4 from 7. Power play, 7:41 of the first.
The assist is just as I expected. It's Sylvester that gets the assist. Clement with the goal. That's a power play tally. Clement, the D-man, he's been on the score sheet a few times this year. That's goal number 5, point number 8 for Clement. 8:48 to play in the first. Minot High down by a goal now after the power play tally from the Eagles gets things started on the score sheet tonight. Both teams with a power play underneath their belt. Minot High's 0 for 1. The power play for the Eagles is 1 for 1. Into the offensive zone for Davies, and their whistle for the offsides is stepping in with that one was Jay Buchholz, the senior forward, but he's one step in too early. Well, the game yesterday for Minot High featured the Jamestown Blue Jays in town for the first time this year. Minot High went to Jamestown on the 16th of December. They won that game 7-2. Yesterday it was a 5-1 tilt. Kind of a dull one yesterday afternoon. The Beavers contest last night, the college game, I thought was a bit of a sleeper as well. Minot State, the number 1 team in the ACHA, took on the number 24 ranked Arizona State Sun Devils. I wouldn't say it was a sleeper. It was just one of those games that Minot State dominated. They didn't have to do anything fancy. They just controlled the puck. They controlled the play, and they cruised to a 6-1 win. Night number 2 of that 2-game set is tonight for MSU. That will take place right after this contest again here tonight. You can join us on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network for that game as well. It will be Blake Friars with the call of that one. Puck's into the offensive zone for the Magi. 7:40 to play here in the opening period. It's 1-0 Davies, thanks to the goal from Clement. As Minot High right in front of the Davies bench with Mason Deal soccer it into the offensive zone, but it's the Eagles with plenty of real estate. The Magicians wait back at neutral. They're going to clog up the neutral ice zone. Works for them as Haberman gets it and fires it right back in. Now it's taken by Sylvester. Sylvester flips this one up, almost hit the scoreboard. Rolls in on Odin Nelson, and Odie covers it up. He'll hang tight to it. The faceoff will come on Odin's glove side. 7:16 to play in the opening period here tonight. This is Minot High Magicians hockey on 1390 KRRZ and on ProStyleProduction.com. Special thanks to all those sponsors that make these hockey games possible. Without those sponsors, we just wouldn't be here. So if you get the opportunity to patronize those places, we would sure appreciate it. Point blank, great shot, Odie Nelson. Blocker save. He absolutely robs Ethan Madsen, the senior, for the Davies Eagles. That one went off the waffle board right from the center slot. Nice save from Odie, his 3rd of the game on his 4th shot that he's seen. 6:50 to play here in the first. 1-0 Eagles. Clement, the goal scorers, back in with it, trying to make a fancy move, but it's taken by Haberman. He pushes it up the wall. On the forecheck is Abrahamson. Eagles with control, and they bring it right back through the neutral ice zone. Moving from the left to the right, inside the Minot High zone. Far side boards it comes. Abrahamson bumps it up to neutral. The Magicians go for a change. And the Eagles regain control here as it's taken by Malvich, and Malvich will dump it in. Odie Nelson's out of the net to play it with the Bauer stick. He moved it to the near side wing, tried to get it up to Cope. Cope couldn't find it, and back in with it. Eagles a drive. That one came up and off the glove of Nelson, off of Donner. Another nice save from Odie, and the puck comes out to center ice here for the Magi. Hunter Cope crosses over the Davies stripe. He'll dump it in. Hayden Oldham, the goaltender for Davies, was out to play, and he wears those brown Bond pads that we talked about. They look old school, but they're brand new. Davies in on the 2-on-1. A shot comes in. Austin Schmidt was stopped by Odie Nelson on the blocker again. Back out into the offensive zone. It comes for the Magi. It's put down into the corner. This is Stenberg underneath the net. He works on it here, trying to get it back over on the near side up to Avery. 27 is Avery. Moves it away to the center slot. That one to Stenberg, and Stenberg sends it back underneath the net. It's Avery Beam, by the way, 27. Avery Beam has it here. Got it over to Nick Murphy. Out to center ice. It's taken here by the Eagles and Jay Buchholz, and Buchholz is back in with it. Buchholz wears number 23. He's been on the block for a while for Davies. He's also one of the captains of the hockey team. Here comes the puck to the center slot, and it was Taylor Parrott that fired it up and wide of Odie Nelson on the blocker side. 12 minutes into the first, Davies up by a goal. It's 1-0 as Patrick Hyde's back behind his own net. Hyde takes it, spins it away from Odie's glove side. It's back underneath the cage, down to Opposda. Back around it comes up to Pat Hyde, and Hyde's out to center with it. Has a streaking Jake Vile, can't quite get it to him. And back the other way come the Eagles. Odie's way over the net to play it. Odie's going to have a huge collision right at the top of the circle. Odie was checked there by number 11, Devin Kelly. Odie down. He's back to his feet now, but boy, that was a collision as he goes flying out to the top of the circle on the glove side to play the puck. And that was a monster blow. That was like a linebacker running into a running back. Odie's not a small kid. He comes out flying, standing 5'11". What do they have him listed at? 5'11", 170, a big goaltender, and you heard it go crunch right inside, right on the outside of the top of the circle. That looked like a full-on body check from Devin Kelly, the senior forward. They don't have the numbers on him, but he's not a small fella either. No call on the play. 4:38 to play in the first. Eric Steele coming over to the Minot High bench. He's talking to John Grubb and Jordan Willard. Odie's going to be all right. Odie's got the Gatorade bottle out full of water. He's going to spray himself down. Man, did he get hammered on that play. Jason Bennett talking to Eric Steele and Gar McCrimmon. And Jason Bennett a bit animated, I would say, probably on a scale from 1 to 10, maybe a 2 or a 3. Kevin Belby came out from Trinity Sports Medicine to talk with Odie Nelson. On the other side, Scott Peterson now talking to Eric Steele. Not exactly sure what Scott Peterson, the head coach of Davies, is talking to Steele about here. Odie Nelson has a broken stick, so they need to get Odie a new stick after the play. So now Deal takes a stick. He's going to get it over to Odie Nelson, and we're going to go back to action with 4:38 to play in the first. Rolling puck came into the Magi zone. Nelson took off like a bottle rocket, skated all the way down as fast as he could out to the top of the circle to play the puck. When he did so, he ran into Devin Kelly. Kelly just put a shoulder into him. I'd like to see a replay of it. It was one of those bang-bang plays, but I believe that's what happened. Odie went down. The puck play came to a stop. Everybody's all right. We're back underway. 4.5 to play here in the first. Davies up by a goal. The only of the contest came on the power play from Clement. Sylvester had the assist on the goal. Puck is taken on the blocker side of Odie Nelson, and away into the center slot it comes up to Jack Plemmel. Plemmel's out over center ice. Plemmel makes a move, but he lost it as it's going to be dumped in by the Magicians, and Jake Vile into the near corner. Down low, left side of the radio dial. Puck comes away back to the Eagles, and out to center they push again. Over neutral, Jacob Manson's in with it. Manson walks it in front, turns it towards Nelson, but it went wide on the blocker side. Comes back away to Opposda. Hail Mary pass out to center, connects with Plemmel, and Plemmel's in 1-on-3. The big sophomore Plemmel crossed the blue line and dumped it down in behind the goaltender Oldham. Puck is taken here by the Eagles, and they bring it up the near wall with Austin Schmidt. Dumped in behind Odin Nelson. Flies out to play it. Then Odie spins it up the wall, the near side wing. Connects out to center ice with Hunter Cope. Only had one hand on his stick, so he couldn't get the pass away. It's taken away by the Eagles, and they move it right back in Minot High territory. Broughton brought it back out. Now the teeter-totter match at Suzanne Center as the Eagles gain the zone with it. Down in on the blocker side of Odin Nelson. Puck comes out, centering feed a drive, went up wide, rebound shot, and the Eagles have scored as the puck came off the end wall to Jay Buchholz, and it's 2-0. Just those little things in the game of hockey that result in bad results. Jason Bennett talking to Hunter Cope right now, saying, you had the chance on the near side wall. You only had one hand on your stick. Get the puck off the stick with two hands and clear the zone with it, young man. That's exactly what Jason Bennett telling Hunter Cope right now. That play all started by a miscue on the clear attempt from Hunter Cope not being able to clear the zone. Only had one hand on his stick. 2 minutes, 56 seconds to play here in the first. 23 from 20. So it's Jay Buchholz picking up the goal. Cade Stibbe gets the assist. Those two, the top producers for Fargo Davies. That's point number 25 and point number 24. Puck taken here at center ice by the Magicians. Avery Beam trying to get a handle on it. Can't do so. Comes back to Haberman. Right side of the ice surface. Top of the circle. It comes down. The Eagles have control. Back over to the far side. It's Larson that fires in. Odie makes the stop. And Odin Nelson will hang on to it after the whistle. Haberman gone into number 11 over there. That's Devin Kelly. No call on the play. 2:19 to play in the first. Hey, if you're buying or selling a home, let Century 21 Action Real Estate Agent Andrew Goodmanson make your experience a positive one. Give Goody a call today at 701-240-1965. It's Andrew Goodmanson with Century 21 Action Realtors. 240-1965. You'll enjoy buying from Century 21. Drive comes in. Odie Nelson makes the save as he dives across. Puck is in the net. Eric Steele waves it off and says no goal, but that one ended up behind Odie. He dove across and keeps it. A 2-goal score for the Eagles. Almost 3-0. Shots are 7-2 in favor of Fargo Davies. Face-off to be taken here by Peyton Fillion. Steps in against 16, that's Ethan Manson. Davies has some confusing uniforms. They've got 3 players that wear C's for the captains. That's why you hear the confusion up here. As a play-by-play guy, you kind of grab those little tidbits about each player. Guys that wear the I-Tech bubbles, the captain's patches, stuff like that. Helps you recognize those players. With Davies having 3 of them, takes a second to realize who's who. 1 minute 40 seconds to play here in the first. 2-0 Fargo Davies up on the Magi as Nick Murphy trying to clear the zone with it. Comes back up. Puck comes up almost into the press box. Well, 10 feet to my right up here. That one up and out of play, and the faceoff will come back to neutral. We'd also like to thank Elevation at the Minot Country Club for their continued support to the community. Of course, Minot High Magicians Hockey. Elevation, a great place. Elevate your lunch or dinner game at Elevation. Offensive zone for the Eagles. Turned in front of the net. Devontae Nelson. Puck went wide. Top of the circle in the D zone for the Magi. Pushed down. Here comes Jake Vial. He's in on the rush. Has Plemmel streaking towards the net, and Vial just spun it way too hard in front of Plemmel, so he couldn't get a stick on it. Eagles have control of it. We're down to 1:09 to play here in the opening frame. It's still 2-0 Fargo Davies. Dan Sims got the PA duties here tonight for Magi Hockey. Don't you love that PA voice? Thanks a lot, Dan. On the blocker's side of Odin Nelson. Puck down low underneath the net. This is Jay Buchholz. Met there by Patrick Hyde. Hyde's wearing old school Minot High pants here this afternoon. Back to the Quinn Fuchs era when they had the maroon pants that had the M on the, what would that be, the right hip? Got 2 gold stripes and a white stripe on the side as well. Here's a penalty coming on the Eagles, and the power play coming for the Magi and the high stick call. Hyde took one up top of the face mask. He's going to the bench. So is 17 Red. That's Austin Schmidt, the sophomore, but he's going in for 2 minutes. Into the penalty box. Magi power play comes back out. Yeah, not sure what's up with Hyde's breezers here this afternoon, but the only one were the throwbacks. Back when Minot High had a more of a yellow tint to their maroon and gold, if you will. Now they use the Vegas gold for the hockey program. Lighter shade of gold, if you will. Peterson at the point, handles here. Peterson, top of the circle, sends it in, rebound. Comes right in front, nobody home for the Magi. Stenberg back up to the point to Haberman. Now Stenberg, top of the circle, trying to feed it to Haberman. Stenberg being hounded on over there. Comes back over to Deal. Deal turns it towards the net. A Whistler went high and wide on the glove side. 6 seconds, cut him down. 5 for the Magi. One more chance. Haberman at the horn, sends it in, and a pad save from Oldham, and that's how the first comes to a close. Big hit over on the far side wall. Brent Davis thrown for a ride after big Tyler Clevin, the game's first goal scorer, threw Davis into the sideboards over in the offensive zone for the Magi. And at the end of one, Minot High trailing Fargo Davies 2-0. Shots are 8-3. The Magi will start the second with 1:30 of power play time. Elevation Coach's Corner comes up next. We'll hear from Jordan Willard. We'll also have the recap of the period. We'll get you geared up for the Beaver game tonight. We'll take a look around the hockey world and let you know where teams in North Dakota are standing inside the standings. Have an update on the Toros as well. They lost last night again, out of a playoff spot again, or the Toros. We'll talk about that in our Thrifty White Drug Intermission Report. 17 in the books in this one. The Magi from Minot High trailing Fargo Davies 2-0. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Planet Pizza. 4 systems go for lunch. When supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for fun. Planet Pizza.
Hi, my name is Marshall Kanan. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
ProStyleProduction.com. This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network has been made possible by IMM, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Souris Valley Dental, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Thrifty White Drug, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Buffalo Wild Wings, Fibeto Orthodontics, Bremer Bank, Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, First International Bank and Trust, Tecta America Dakotas, Elevation, First Western Bank and Trust, and Pro Style Production DJ Services. Stay up to date with the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network at ProStyleProduction.com. It's time for the Thrifty White Drug Intermission Report. Thrifty White Drug, where your healthy outcomes are our priority. Now for the stats, analysis, recap, and everything else Magi Hockey. Here's Nick Hulberg.
Tyler Clevitt and Jay Buchholz from Fargo Davies are the only two to find the back of the net in this East vs. West showdown here this afternoon. It's the Minot High Magicians hockey broadcast of this Davies vs. Magi hockey matchup. This is the Thrifty White Drug Intermission Report. Thrifty White Drug, where your healthy outcomes are our priority. Here's the recap of period number one. Davies leading the shot category 8-3. Two found their way past Odin Nelson on the other side. The netminder, Caden Oldham, making 3 stops on 3 shots that he saw. Tyler Clevitt scored first at 7:41 of the opening frame. That was a power play goal. Briar Sylvester had the assist on Clevitt's 5th of the year, point number 8 for Clevitt. Then it was Jay Buchholz, even strength at 13:51, assisted by Cade Stibbe and Isaac Balvich. That one for Jay Buchholz, goal number 7, point number 24, point number 25 for Cade Stibbe. By the way, those two are in the top 20 in scoring in North Dakota high school hockey. When you look at it, Jay Buchholz is number 10, Stibbe number 9, Austin Schmidt for Davies number 20. So plenty of guys from Davies representing their school as some of the top performers in North Dakota. That's where we sit at the end of one period played. Minot High will have a minute 30 of power play time to start the second frame. Waiting to see if Jordan Willard's going to join us for an Elevation Coach's Corner here, obviously in the locker room, and taking his time talking to the team, so we might not have that for you here in between the first and the second. Hopefully we'll grab him between the second and the third. Let's take a look around the hockey world and some of the rankings, standings, recaps of some of the games that have been taking place. Let's start with the Beavers in the ACHA college program, which we'll see next here on the Pro Style Production Network tonight. That game not on 1390, however, just so you're aware. That game not on 1390, but on ProStyleProduction.com. The Beavers come into the matchup tonight as the number 1 ranked team in the ACHA. They won a championship back in 2013, looking to see if they can hang another banner that says 2017-2018 on it. Would look nice here in the brand new Pepsi rink at Mesa Arena. Wade Reguer's team, they are dynamite. Boy, are they fun to watch. They were throwing bodies around last night. They were making plays. They've got goaltending. They got the whole thing. Word on the street is that Bray Efforts, the former Minot High standout MVP of the state tournament the year that the Magi won the big dance in 2015, has the nod tonight for the MSU Beavers. Best of luck to Bray and the boys to see if they can win 3 in a row here on this 3-game set. They started on Thursday night against UNLV, the number 10 team in all of North America for ACHA college hockey. They beat up on UNLV pretty good. Then they beat up on Arizona State last night pretty good as well. So another matchup here tonight for the MSU Beavers. Game time 7:30 tonight. Hope you join us inside a Pepsi rink. Come check out Beavers hockey. If you're not a fan of it, or if you haven't been here, you're kind of missing out. That culture of Beavers hockey has certainly changed over time. Pretty much everybody that plays in that lineup has been a junior A player somewhere in Canada, somewhere elsewhere. I mean, it's a it's a damn good brand of hockey. Check out Beavers hockey here at Pepsi Rink here tonight. Let's look at the North American Hockey League and the standings inside of the NAHL. And when you look at Marty Murray's club, the Minot Minotauros, they currently sit in 5th inside the Central Division. This can be a little bit deceiving, however. There's 6 teams in the Central. Aberdeen leads the way. Austin sits in 2nd. Minnesota sits in 3rd. The Bobcats are in the 4th and final playoff spot. Toros are sitting in 5th, and 6th spot. The 6th spot is where you'll find the Brookings Blizzard. Now here's the kicker. 42 points for Aberdeen is at the top of the list. 32 points for Brookings at the bottom of the list. So only 10 points separates first and last. And on the outside looking in for the Toros, they're only 1 point back of the Cats. trying to crack that final playoff spot. Minot is at the Minnesota Wilderness again tonight. They were there last night, and unfortunately for the Toros, they only scored once in the contest. They lost 3-1 last night. It was Austin Dolliver that scored with 5:36 left in the third. Minot hockey has a former Minot High magician playing for him by the name of Colby Enns. Boy, imagine if the Magi had Enns back here this year for us on the blue line. That would be a different ball game for the Magi. Enns is the real deal, currently sitting 6th in scoring for the Toros. 16 points for him. He's committed to play at the University of Nebraska, Omaha. Good for Colby Enns, the senior in high school at Minot High. Sits with 16 points on the year. Toros are led by Miroslav Muka, by the way. 36 points for him coming in 33 games played. Grant Lovin, 31 points for him. 24 points for Dollimer. 21 for Sawchuk. 20 for Alex Adams. Colby Enns sits with 16. Let's take a look at where University of Nebraska Omaha sits. That's where Enns will go after his junior career. Omaha's currently sitting in the NCHC in the cellar. That's the same league that the North Dakota Fighting Hawks play in. North Dakota, the #1 team right now in the NCHC. North Dakota is 6-4, 2-2. They sit with 22 points. They're tied with St. Cloud State. Johnny Lazat, who played for the Toros, that's his club. Lazat's brother, by the way, who played for the Minot High Magicians, Matt Lazat, he won the poker tournament up at the Vegas Hotel. How about that? Matt Lazat, the former Magi, picking up 30 grand winning the poker tournament. Unbelievable stuff. North Dakota, #1 inside the NCHC. St. Cloud State, #2. Denver, 3. Western Michigan, 4th. Miami, 5th. Colorado College, 6th. Duluth, 7th. Omaha, #8. U.S. College Hockey online poll. Notre Dame's the team to beat in college hockey at the NCAA Division I level. St. Cloud State, #2 right now. Clarkson, #3. Cornell, #4. Denver, ranked #5. Ohio State, ranked 6. North Dakota, ranked #7. That's a look around the hockey world in the area. When we come back to our Thrifty Wine Truck Intermission Report, we'll get you geared up for the second frame. Minot High trailing the Davies Eagles by a score of 2-0. Goals from Clement and Buchholz. If you're just joining us, shots are 8-3 in favor of Davies. We'll have more of the Thrifty Wine Truck Intermission Report when we return. Then we'll get you geared up for the second. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
Day is the biggest day of your life. That's why you need to talk with Nick Hulberg from Pro Style Production DJ Services. The experience, the voice, the setup, you won't be disappointed. 15 years of big arena hosting, announcing, and DJing speaks for itself. PSP DJ Services also handles premier events, reunions, or parties. Call 833-1007 or visit ProStyleProduction.com to book now. PSP DJ Services. Make your event Pro Style.
At Premier Chiropractic, we are dedicated to achieving the best results possible for our patients through the most cutting-edge advances in natural healthcare today. Improving movement, function, and health, improving life.
Call to schedule your appointment today.
ProStyleProduction.com. This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network has been made possible by IMM, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Souris Valley Dental, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Thrifty White Drug, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Buffalo Wild Wings, Palmetto Orthodontics, Bremer Bank, Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, First International Bank and Trust, Tecta America Dakotas, Elevation, First Western Bank and Trust, and Pro Style Production DJ Services. Stay up to date with the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network at ProStyleProduction.com.
We serve. First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Planet Pizza. 4 systems systems go for lunch. When supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for Planet Pizza. Planet Pizza.
Hi, my name is Marshall Kanab. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork and their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
ProStyleProduction.com. This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network has been made possible by IMM, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Souris Valley Dental, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Thrifty White Drug, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Buffalo Wild Wings, Pimento Orthodontics, Bremer Bank, Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, First International Bank and Trust, Tecta America Dakotas, Elevation, First Western Bank and Trust, and Pro Style Production DJ Services. Stay up to date with the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network at ProStyleProduction.com.
Minot High from the left to the right for the middle frame, right to left for the Davies Eagles. We're underway, 14 seconds in as the Magi from Minot High are on the forecheck here. Davies with the puck. They fired all the way out and down. 1:07 remaining on that power play time for the Magi. They carried over from period number one. Patrick Hines back in behind his own net. Sent it up to Jake Vile. Let it go to Murphy. Now Vile's got it back. He's hit over the line. Jake Vile's going to take it down to the far side corner. Blocker side of Oldham. Puck taken away by Jay Buchholz. And Buchholz is up the wall. He pokes it out to center. And back on the retrieve is Pat Hyde. Hyde moves it away here to the near side wing. Vile crushed on the near side wall. Coughs the puck up. And now it comes back away to Fillion. And Fillion just dumps that one ahead into the offensive zone. We're back to retrieve for the Eagles is Roll. And Roll moves it away to the near wing. Taken now by Sylvester. He hammers it up the glass. And the kill for the Eagles looking good. Down to 20 seconds of power play time. Look out. Buchholz took it away. Short-handed. Buchholz in. Fancy move and drive. And he scores. Jay Buchholz, second of the afternoon. That one a short-handed tally. And the Eagles are back on the board with a Jay Buchholz short-handed strike. Yeah, there's no question that kid's good. He was an all-state player last year. He's got two here tonight against the Magi. That time a short-handed goal from Jay Buchholz. That's goal number 8 of the year. Here's Dan Sipp.
Number 23, Jay Buchholz, unassisted. Short-handed goal, 2:15 of the second period.
Well, that's a bit of a dagger for the Magi as 15:41 sits on the clock here in the second. 12 seconds remains on the Magi power play. See if they can make the most of that after Davies grabs a short-handed tally right at the front half of the second period. Taken down by Stenberg back in the offensive zone. Right side of the ice, comes back top of the circle.
Davies, full strength.
Eagles are back to 5-on-5 at full strength now. Puck comes in front of the Davies net. Minot High has only mustered up 3 shots on goal so far in the hockey game here tonight. Eagles have shot 9 towards Cody Nelson. He's given up 3. Deals in, fires it wide, comes back away to Stenberg. Far wall, back to the point it comes. Peterson across. This is Opposed. Tees it up and sends it in. Pen save is made there from Oldham. Puck comes back out to center ice, and on the corral here is Parrott. He's crushed by Sam Opposed on the near glass. Mason Deal back in behind the Minot High net, fires it up out to center ice. Puck taken away by Stenberg. He's on the rush, trying to move it ahead forward. Taken by the Eagles, and at neutral, the puck squirts free over here to Jack Plemmel, and Plemmel sends it right up off the Davies bench and back into Davies territory. All of a sudden, the Magicians looking like they did last night and just out of sync. Absolutely zero synergy here in the second period for Minot High. Back in on the blocker side corner of Cody Nelson. Puck handled by the Eagles. They're going to work it to the point. Cross it comes. This is Sylvester. He dropped it down to the corner. Sylvester moved it back over. That was Manson. Now it's poked down to the far corner. This is the right side. Comes underneath the goal line. Now it comes back away to Jack Plemmel. Here's Plemmel for the Magi. Had some room. He skates it up over center. What's up with the Magicians? Trying to move the puck around with only one hand on their stick. I don't know where these guys are getting this from, but unable to control the puck are the Magi. Abrahamson was tattooed at center. Look out. There's the hit of the hockey game. He would absolutely fly, and I believe that was Matson that crushed him. Free down front of the Magi, and a drive comes up and just wide on Odie's glove side. Broughton pushes out to center, and it's hammered right back in behind Odie Nelson. Nelson out of the net to play it, got it back to Haberman. Now it's Jay Buchholz and lets it go up to the point where it's taken by Donner. Donner moved it back down to Buchholz. Now it's taken by the Magi, pushed out to center by Hunter Cope. Eagles push it right back in. 13:50 to play here in the second. Minot High down by 3 thanks to 2 goals tonight from Jay Buchholz and 1 from Clement. Eagles a dominating performance against the Magicians, who are currently sitting in the top spot of the West. Into the offensive zone, the puck came. This puck flipped up, and on a play, a Souvenir will find a fan as the captain of the Eagles with 2 goals tonight, Jay Buchholz, set that one up. Head into the maroon seats here at Pepsi Rink. Well, this Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena finished last season at the start of the year. The Magicians, Beavers, Toros, youth hockey, figure skating. City of Minot all enjoying this beautiful facility, holding just about 2,400 people. Hasn't been at capacity yet. I would love to see the night that it is, because this place, the acoustics in here make it extremely loud. There was about 1,200 in here last night for the MSU Beavers game. And boy, with those college fans getting rolling. This atmosphere inside this venue is fantastic. Lighting superb in here. The acoustics for the volume, the noise through the roof. Ice surface is fantastic. The crew's fantastic. Mesa Arena Pepsi Rink. This is one of the tops in the state of North Dakota for what it is. Have to say the Ralph, the Shields Arena, this one, all in the mix. Peterson was cranked on the near side wall. Griffin Hart, the senior, ran into him like a freight train. Davies has not only turned up the intensity, they're laying the body down with the Magi 5 minutes into the second. They lead 3-0, and the Magicians have Patrick Hyde back in his own territory. Up to Nick Murphy, just throws it up to neutral ice, and it's taken by the Eagles, where they just move around with it here with Clevin. He's being worked on there by Nelson, and on the near side wall, it's Clevin in his own territory. Moved it deeper into his own zone for Sylvester. Back over down to Clevin. Top of the circle near side. Puck taken away by the Magi. It's Philly that had it only momentarily. Puck comes away to the near side line. Defensive zone for the Magi, but it's the Eagles with control. Out with it, walking as Manson turns it towards the net. And the shot comes in from Jacob Manson, number 25, but Odie Nelson had the Bauer leather in the way, and the stop is made. Well, the Minot High net keeper, Odie Nelson, wears the white with yellow Bauer pads. Both the glove and the blocker, the leg pads, they all match. He's got a Bauer stick as well with white tape on it. The white gold mask with the big M's on the side of the ears. He's only seen 9 shots here tonight. He's given up 3. He's made some tough saves, however. Puck dumped in from the blue line by the Magicians. They're on the forecheck. Back in behind the Davies net. Comes up to the point. Here's Haberman. Threw it into traffic on the near wall. It's taken by the Eagles now, and up the near wall it comes again. Can Haberman hold this time? He can. Haberman has it, bottom of the circle. Haberman's odd-angle shot was off the stick, that time of Oldham. Back over to opposed at the far point, and now it's taken and worked back away up to the far sideline. Broughton holds the zone, tries to poke it down further into the zone, but it's taken there by the Eagles. They go up off the wall with it. And out to center ice, it's a 2-on-1 back in. Eagles this side, shot on. The stop is made from Odie Nelson on the point blank range opportunity. What a give and go. That was a nice opportunity there. Kate Hansen almost made it 4-0. Now back the other way. Buchholz back in, bidding for the hat trick. Buchholz hits the brakes down to the near corner. Blocker, son of Nelson, left side of the radio dial. Puck is tied up down there by Peterson. Doing all sorts of work on Jay Buchholz. 10-10 to play here in the second. Minot High down by 3. It's 3-0. Jack Plummel, far wall. Battling forward here. Comes back underway to Broughton. Logan Broughton going to work on it for the Magi. Trying to free it up to Jack Plummel. He does. And Plemmel's out to center with it. Here's Jack Plummel in over the offensive line. Delay call coming on the Eagles. And Minot High gets a gift again. Power play comes back out. It's a hooking and to the sin bin. For Fargo Davies will be number 20, Kane Stibbe. Eric Steele has the call on Stibbe, and Stibbe's in the box for 2 minutes. Eric Steele, part of the officiating crew here this afternoon. He's had all sorts of accolades in the reffing world. Congratulations to Eric Steele. He's been promoted up to North American Hockey League action. The League of the Toros and the Bobcats. Doing a great job with the officiating. Not an easy job to do. Patrick High to the offensive zone. Sends it up over to Nick Murphy. Top of the circle. Left side of the ice surface. Down underneath the net now. It's out of Gretzky's office here for Broughton, who works it back away at the half wall. Now Nick Murphy brings it back to the point. Hyde has it. He's got a cannon. Brings it over to Weil, who teased one up and sent it in. But that one off the stick. Nice save from Oldham. His 5th of the hockey game. Back up to the point. Murphy to Hyde. Jake Weil has it again. Weil stabs, turns, sends it just wide of the net. And it goes away to the far side point where Pat Hyde has it again. Patrick Hyde makes a fancy move. Dropped it down over to Murphy. Murphy back up to Hyde. Farwell dropped in underneath the net. Comes away to Logan Broughton. Broughton's going to make a fancy move. Brings it back up to Jake Weil. Weil hounded on the near side top of the circle. Sends it back down into Broughton away to Fillion. And Fillion with a backhand connects now with Broughton. Underneath the goal line, Broughton with a backhand. Back up, top of the circle, near wall. Weil turns with it. Weil's going to step in right into traffic. Lost the puck. And the puck comes back away off to the Eagles and off to Taylor Parrott. And Parrott's going to bring it in. Parrott turns it towards the net. That one went wide. And the kill for Davies is down to 41 seconds as the Minot High power play. Too much fancy stuff and not enough getting business done. Firing shots on net. This power play, which has been just so potent for the Magi since 2011, this is the first year that the Magicians' power play hasn't been just absolutely dynamite. In my time calling these games for the Magi, frustrating part about it is I think that they have the staff to do it. They're just not, they're not in sync for whatever reason. Plenty of skilled hockey players on this club for the Magi. I mean, so much so that I predicted them to win the West Region. Might be a far cry knowing that Century's good. Back in comes Deal. He turns it on and the stop is made. Hanging on tight to it. Caden Oldham, he'll hang tight. Face-off coming on his glove side. Knowing that Bismarck Century's the real deal, they're led by Kirkland Irie down there, who's been absolutely lights out. Irie continues to score. He's got 36 points on the year, coming in 11 games. Isaiah Thomas, 27 points for him. I mean, he's the real deal. That team is good, but, you know, Minot High is a team that last year went toe-to-toe with Century. They beat them 2 of the 3 times they played them. Minot High only graduated. Bennett here back in the other way. A drive and a save. Odie Nelson absolutely robs Kane Stibbe on the doorstep on an excellent feed. What a stop from Odie Nelson. There was 7.5 to play in the second. Almost a 4-0 game in favor of Davies, but Odie Nelson had to pad the way. In front of the net, Odie makes another big highway robbery type stop. That time with the pad on the left side. Hit on the far side wall. Deal runs into Stibbe. Now in front of the net. Backhander a drive. Oh, the goal post was hit. Boy, the Eagles are buzzing. Look out. Buchholz underneath the net, back over to Stibbe, thrown in front. Peterson intercepted it. Peterson trying to move it back away on the far side wall, bottom of the circle. Out it comes. Buchholz walks back to the point. One-timer. That one goes off the shin pad there of Stenberg, and it's wrapped around all the way back up to the point. Held it at the line. No, it's not. Cameron Rowe whistled for the offside. 6:41 to play in the second. And Odie Nelson getting his meal ticket paid for right now. Boy, he's putting in some work there. My, oh my, Odie had to be sharp against the top line from Fargo. Davies, Stibbe, and Buchholz showing why they're 2 of the top 10 in North Dakota. Anyway, back to the Magi. They're a team that I just had higher expectations of. You would have thought that they would have continued to grow the way they had. They only lost Enns and Bennett. I know those 2 players are good, but last year it was Jake Weil that had 47 points in his junior campaign. 47's a handful, folks. You would think that he would have a few more this year, try to maybe see if they could still ignite that fuse for the top performer for the Magi and some of the others. Delayed call here on the Eagles, and Minot High will go back to the power play. Gar McCrimmon has the interference call. And into the box again. This time it's Taylor Parent. Power play comes back out. Just over time when you look at that, when you look at high school players, when they transfer from sophomore to junior to senior year, the reason that you usually see so much production and climbing that ladder, if you will, is that players mature, the body matures. All of a sudden things start working together. The brain and hands start to work a little bit better together, and if you're a good hockey player as a sophomore, by the time you're a senior, you should be that much better. There's a bit of that here this year, and I think a lot of it is just the synergy between players on the ice. See if the Magi can pot one here. They're on the power play for the next minute 39 with 5:42 to play here in the middle frame. Minot High down by 3. That one escapes the zone past Jake Weil, and back on the retrieve is Patrick Hyde. It's not for a lack of effort. Jake Weil working out. He's in the gym every day, putting in plenty of time. The guys are putting the time in, open hockey, all that sort of stuff. It's one of those years where the Magi don't have the lucky rabbit foot with them, maybe. Back him out in high territory. It's Pat Hyde back on the retrieve. Hyde's pinned up against the end wall. Turned it over to the Magi. Short-handed. The drive comes up right in front of the net from Cade Stibbe. Almost the second short-handed goal of the afternoon for Fargo Davies, as Buchholz is right back in with it. Back over to Stibbe. Taken away now by Fillion. Fillion has it. Minot High's on the power play, but they look like they may be short-handed here as 43 seconds remains on the man advantage. Now the Eagles turn off the full court press, if you will, and they allow Minot High to cross over neutral with it. Errant pass taken away by the Eagles. Short-handed, they're back in. Stibbe with Buchholz turns it and fires it. The stop is made, and hanging on to it is Odin Nelson with 4:32 to play in the second. 3-0 Fargo Davies with the lead. 29 seconds remains on the Magi power play. They've been unsuccessful on the man advantage here tonight. If they don't convert on this one, they'll be 0 for 5. Peterson's back in his own territory. Left side of the ice surface underneath the net now. Looking to handle underneath the goal line. He sets up shop on the power play. That's down to 19 seconds remaining on the man advantage. Up to center ice it comes. Into the offensive zone. Opposed down the deal on the near wing. Then he delivered over to Brent Davis, who's underneath the goal line. Davis works away with it. Davis being hounded here. Top of the circle, back up to the point. Opposed to drop down. Davies is at full strength. Comes back away to deal. He just threw it right into a Davies player. Taken by the Eagles, and they chip it up off the wall. Brian Sylvester clears it all the way down. Opposed trying to clear. Can't. Held in. Walking out. Kelly turns it off of Opposed. That one down to the near corner. 3-0 Fargo Davies. 3:43 to play here in the second. Puck back up to the far point. Handled here by Maxwell Larson. Fires it in. And Odin makes the stop. Face-off coming on his glove side. Well, once again, Minot State's in action here this evening. They take on the Arizona State Sun Devils. Game time 7:30. Check out Beavers Hockey if you haven't before. It's entertaining stuff. Face off on the glove side of Bodie Nelson. Puck is handled here by the Davies Eagles. Comes back underneath the Minot high net. Back up to the far point now. It's taken by Donner. Donner sends it in underneath Bodie Nelson's glove hand corner. The puck lies where there's a 2-for-2 scrum. 3:20 now to play in the second. Still 3-0 Davies. Out with it comes Haberman. Bergrud down there battling for it. Bergrud out for a Sunday stroll away to the near side wing. Chips it up off the glass and just moves it ahead forward. Rolling puck down into Eagle territory. Back in behind Oldham. Puck goes back away to the far wing. Up to the top of the circle. Holding the zone for the Magi is Avery Beam. Out to center ice for Pat Hyde. And Hyde just sends it in. Minot Hyde's going to need to touch up on the onside. And they don't understand that they're offside. So the whistle blows as Nelson was in the zone attacking the puck. Well, the Minot High coaching staff without their 3 Adidas gray jackets on this afternoon. Willard and Bennett have theirs on today, but John Grum without his. Dumped it from center ice, and the stop is made by Oldham. I can't really talk. I've got a Beavers hockey power jacket on here this afternoon with the Beavers duties right after this game here tonight. Best dressed coaching staff of the state of North Dakota. Missing a beat here again this afternoon. Big hit as Jack Plemmel was absolutely rocked by Tyler Clevin. Davies has dominated every category of this hockey game, from hits to face-offs won. Everything except saves, because Bodie Nelson makes another one there. 2:10 to play in the second. 3-0 Davies with the lead. Stibbe all alone in front of the net. Fed it down low to Schmidt. He had the opportunity. Just couldn't put it home as Bodie Nelson made another save. At center ice, puck comes back away now over to Jack Plemmel. Jay Buchholz with 2 in the afternoon. Walks in, bidding for the hat trick. Fired on. The stop is made by Nelson's left pad. Underneath the net now, Jay Buchholz. What a toe drag that was. Sent it up down to the corner. Puck's going to move away to the near side half wall. Nelson goes crashing into the boards as he got together with the captain, Buchholz. Make that Hunter Cope instead. Puck comes back away to Haberman. Haberman works it around to the far side wall. It's Abrahamson over there. Bottom of the circle it comes. Haberman being worked on heavily underneath the net. That's Sylvester that handles here. He's got 2 points in the hockey game tonight. Sylvester and Pat Hyde tangled up with each other. Puck comes back away to the near side half boards underneath the half wall. Shoved away down by the Mad Giants. Flipped ahead. Abrahamson's into the offensive zone. Abrahamson down low near side wing. Here's Dan Sem with a 1-minute call. Thank you, Mr. Sem. Puck taken by the Eagles, and they'll move it all the way from their own end out to neutral. Back into Minot High defensive territory. Now chipped up off the wall. Jake File brought it into the offensive zone. He lost a handle on it. Taken here by Volvich. It out to center ice for the Eagles. The puck lays at center now as it's taken away by the Magi. Violet on the forecheck. He goes down to the corner to battle here with Volvich. Comes back away to the far wing where it's Sylvester that handles, and Sylvester moves it away to the near wing. 25 seconds in the period. Oh, big hit behind the net, and Jake Vile goes down hard face first into the end wall by Sylvester. That's a nasty one. Sylvester's been running around a bit here in this second period. Last few minutes, and he's going to get tagged. That's going to be a major penalty. Should be at least 5 minutes. I wonder if he's going to the locker room. And he's going to be done for the night. Yes, he is. 5-minute major checking from behind and a game ejection. So the power play comes out for the Magi, and unfortunately for Sylvester, he's going to be done for tonight, then the next one. That was nasty. Got it into the back of Jake Vile. Power play comes back out for the Magi. What does that mean for Davies? It's not good news. Why? Well, their next matchup is against Grand Forks Central at Purper Arena on Thursday the 16th. Sylvester's been a key player tonight. 10 seconds in the period. Drive comes in, rolls into the back of the net, and the Magicians have scored. The drive comes in. Brent Davis has the Magi back on the board, and Davis fired up as he pulls the Magi back within 2. Davis fired it in from the far wall. Rolls past Oldham. Oldham gives up his first goal of the season. Had the shutout earlier on this year in the one game that he's playing. Minot High now back within 2.
Here's your Minot Magician scoring.
Count them down, 6-5-4.
16:50 of the second period. Skater number 20, Kyler Stenberg. Assisted on the play by skater number 6, Zach Peterson. That's 20 from 6. Power play goal, 16:50 of the second.
So they actually give credit to Stenberg, even though that it was Davis that was out of the pile first with it. Either way, the Magicians are on the board. They're back within 2. And a little bit of life as we head into our third frame. Thrifty White Drug intermission report. This is Minot High Magicians hockey. 2-goal game at the Pepsi Rink in this East vs. West showdown. We'll have the recap, stats, analysis, and hopefully talk to Jordan Willard when we return. This is Minot High Magicians hockey.
National Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Go for lunch when supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for Planet Pizza. I love Planet Pizza.
Hi, my name is Marshall Kanan. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork and their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
ProStyleProduction.com. This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network has been made possible by IMM, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Souris Valley Dental, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Thrifty White Drug, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Buffalo Wild Wings, Pimento Orthodontics, Bremer Bank, Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, First International Bank and Trust, Tecta America Dakotas, Elevation, First Western Bank and Trust, and Pro Style Production DJ Services. Stay up to date with the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network at ProStyleProduction.com. It's time for the Thrifty White Drug Intermission Report. Thrifty White Drug, where your healthy outcomes are our priority. Now for the stats, analysis, recap, and everything else Magi Hockey. Here's Nick Hulberg.
Minot High buries one of the final 15 seconds of the second period to pull back within 2. It's a power play goal. Minot High leading in the power play category tonight. Unfortunately, they've only scored 1 power play tally on their 5 chances. They're trailing it where it matters. They're losing 3-1 to Fargo Davies. This is the Thrifty White Drug Intermission Report. Thrifty White Drug, where your healthy outcomes are our priority. We'll talk to Eric Woodbeck, the goaltender coach, in just one moment in our Elevation Coach's Corner.
It's time for the Elevation Coaches Corner. Elevation, located at the Minot Country Club and open to the public 7 days a week. Elevate your game at Elevation. Now back to the ice for the Elevation Coaches Corner.
Eric Woodbeck joins us now in the Minot High Magicians bench, ice level. Coach, first of all, thanks for a little bit of time here between the second and third period.
Yeah, anytime, Nick.
Talk a little bit about this hockey game. Boy, it just doesn't seem like Minot High has been able to get much going. A lot of errant passes the last couple nights. Just not a whole lot of synergy, but you guys get a big power play goal there at the end of the second. Certainly should be motivating the team heading into the third. Your thoughts overall in this contest here tonight?
Yeah, I think that goal hopefully will motivate us a little bit more. It's tough coming back-to-back. Last night we had a tough game against Jamestown, a conference rival, and then back at it against an EDC foe that, they're a pretty good team. They're pretty solid. They haven't lost in regulation yet this year. So,
talk a little bit about that first period, boy, when Odie Nelson got together with big number 11 down here on the other side of the ice. I believe it was Devin Kelly. Your thoughts on that? As the goaltender coach, I'm sure you were cringing a little bit. That was a hard hit.
Yeah, it definitely was. I mean, hopefully, Odie's okay. He's fine. I checked on him right away, but anytime a goaltender gets hit when they're outside of the crease, it's scary.
Talk a little bit about what you've got going on with this USA Hockey development of goaltenders in Western North Dakota. Boy, that's quite the honor. Why don't you give us a little bit of a rundown on what exactly you're doing and what your title is with USA Hockey?
Well, I am the development goalie coordinator for our state. There's two of us that run North Dakota, and then what we do is we promote goaltending development throughout our state, and then also we do some scouting for the national teams. If we see anybody that we think should be gone to national camps, we send them, and then we also get a chance to go and network around with and help run camps all throughout the country throughout the summer and stuff. It's kind of a fun and kind of surreal deal.
Well, that's wild stuff. That's congratulations first and foremost. What an honor to be named on the USA Hockey staff and doing that. In your mind, we were excited to see a kid by the name of Jared Winter here today, the goaltender for Davies. He doesn't get the call. They go with their quote-unquote backup. We saw Matt Schneider yesterday. There's some goaltenders in North Dakota. Any guys in your mind that you have an eye on and a beat on? That Caleb Johnson kid from Central has to be in the conversation as one of the best in the state of North Dakota. Anybody that is at that level in your mind, or is that something that with USA Hockey you probably have to keep under wraps maybe?
Well, Caleb was the one that got sent for that age group last year to the national festivals from this region. And our region serves not only North Dakota, but it also serves North Dakota, South Dakota, Wyoming, and Montana. So we got quite a range, or a wide range of stuff. And a lot of our stuff now, though, looks at kind of the lower level, not so much the high school, but the Bantam, the Pee Wee level, if there's anybody in that age range that we see.
Cool stuff. I sure appreciate your time today. Let's get back to this game here. Woody, in your mind, what's it going to take to come up with a win here this afternoon? Obviously a tall feat at hand, but you guys are only down by 2 heading into the final 17, and you've got 4:42 remaining on the power play. What's it going to take to come out of here with a win this afternoon?
Oh, we got to get down dirty. We got to get to the front of the net. We got to bang home rebounds. I mean, when you said earlier when they start their quote unquote backup, I mean, here's a kid that's only played 2 games all year. Let's get shots on them. Let's get whatever we can, and then go to the net. Get in that dirty area like you'd want it to, and hopefully bang home some rebounds.
Sure appreciate your time here, and best of luck in the third period.
Yeah, thanks, Nick.
That's Eric Woodbeck in the Elevation Coaches Corner. Boy, what an honor that is. USA Hockey goaltender development in Western North Dakota, representing North Dakota. Eric Woodbeck, former goaltender over in Grand Forks at Grand Forks Central, now coach at Minot High School and a teacher at Minot High School as well. We sure appreciate Woody's time as always. Thrifty White Drug Intermission Report rolls on. 3-1. Fargo Davies has the lead on Minot High. When we come back, we'll have the recap of the period. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
Hi, my name is Marshall Knopp. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. I've had many customers express being frustrated with the P.O. box they once had. They didn't realize they couldn't have packages delivered to their P.O. box. It's why they now have a personal mailbox here at the UPS store. We'll accept the packages for you, and you can pick them up when it's best for you. For a more efficient business, visit us at the UPS store. We are at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
Listen, your wedding day is the biggest day of your life. That's why you need to talk with Nick Hulberg from Pro Style Production DJ Services. The experience, the voice, the setup, you won't be disappointed. 15 years of big arena hosting, announcing, and DJing speaks for itself. PSP DJ Services also handles premier events, reunions, or parties. Call 833-1007 or visit ProStyleProduction.com to book now. PSP DJ Services, make your event Pro Style.
At Premier Chiropractic, we are dedicated to achieving the best results possible for our patients through the most cutting-edge advances in natural healthcare today. Improving movement, function, and health, improving life.
Call to schedule your appointment today.
ProStyleProduction.com. This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network has been made possible by IMM, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Souris Valley Dental, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Thrifty White Drug, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibetta Orthodontics, Bremer Bank, Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, First International Bank and Trust, Tecta America Dakotas, Elevation, First Western Bank and Trust, and Pro Style Production DJ Services. Stay up to date with the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network at ProStyleProduction.com.
I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Systems go for lunch when supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for fun. Planet Pizza. Planet Pizza.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Minot High comes flying back out onto the ice, getting geared up for this third period of play. Fargo Davies makes their return to the ice right now. Final 17 minutes in front of us here as Minot High and Fargo Davies in an east-west showdown here this afternoon. Davies leads 3-1. Here's the recap of the hockey game up to this point in the contest. Tyler Clement scored at 7:41 on the power play. That was in the first period. Briar Sylvester, had the assist on the goal. Then it was Jay Buchholz with his first of the afternoon at 13:51 of the first from Cade Stibbe and Isaac Balvich. After that, in the second period, Jay Buchholz shorthanded. 2 minutes, 15 seconds in, got things started. Buchholz picking up goal number 2 on the afternoon. Minot High waited until the final 10 seconds of period number 2 to pot one from Kyler Stenberg. Zach Peterson had the assist. Brent Davis, I believe, is probably going to be in on the score sheet as well. Minot High down by 2. Shots in the contest, 17-8. 8-3 in favor of Davies in the first, 9-5 in the second in favor of the Eagles as well. That's how we get to the 17-8. Goaltender saves are 14-7 in favor of Odie Nelson with more shots on goal in this contest. Odie's going to have to be big here in the third if Minot High wants a shot at it. Let's see what happens in the third period. Faceoff will be taken at center ice as we get geared up and ready for this third period of play. Thanks again for joining us tonight on ProStyleProduction.com on 1390 KRRZ as well in the Magic City on AM radio. We're underway for the third period. Pat Hyde's back to retrieve in his own territory. 4 minutes, 25 seconds remains in the power play for the Magi after the 5-minute major penalty was called. Briar Sylvester. And a check from behind on Jake Vile. Offensive zone for the Magi. Over in the right circle, it comes underneath the goal line now. Puck taken and whacked up the wall, held in by Jake Vile. He makes a fancy move. Vile's out with it. Drops it back down to the corner. Vile trying to tuck it back away over to the far side wing. Vile can't hold the zone. Comes back in now for the Eagles. They're going to launch this one all the way down, 200 feet. That thing sailed in the air all the way down from Tyler Clevin. He's not a bad D-man back there. Big boy as well. Clevin's had a good game here this afternoon. 1 goal. He's also been on the hit column plenty of times. Vile's in with it. Vile walks in, makes a move, lost a handle on it. Puck comes back away, and the Eagles launch and hammer it all the way down again. Odie's out to play it, and Odin Nelson's going to have the puck taken away from him, and behind the net made one too many seconds of holding the puck. Did the goaltender, Jake Matson took it from him, and Minot High's net keeper almost gave one up there. It's still 3-1. Just the decision-making time of the Magi is the difference between this year and last, I guess, is how you could say it. Just a little bit slower on the decision-making are the Magicians here in 2018. Playing a team like Fargo Davies, boy, these guys are good. Got to have your A game each and every night. Shot comes in. Stop is made there from Caden Oldham. And the puck comes back up to the point where it's taken out of the zone and out from Turnquist. He'll hammer it off the wall and in. Make that Jacob Manson, rather. Turnquist down to the lineup tonight for the Eagles. Jersey tucked into the back of the pants. Hard to see sometimes. Taken away to the near side wing, and it's Brent Davis that hammers it right back in. Around the end wall it comes, and the Eagles clear the zone, and it's going to roll all the way back in behind Odin Nelson. And the puck will be taken here by Kyler Stenberg up the near side wing. Stenberg trying to bring it out. He does into the offensive zone. He tried to bring it. Comes all the way back in front of the Magi bench. Over to Pat Hyde, and Hyde's got it here. Up the near wall it comes. Over the center ice stripe down the blue line. Hyde's into the offensive zone. Spins it towards the net. No one home for the Magi. Up over center ice. There's a fancy move from Clevin. He's in on the one-on-one, shorthanded. Clevin rattles the pipe. Rowdy Piper, as McFall would say. And the Magi bring it back the other way. It's a 3-on-1. In with it, Brent Davis. Clevin back in on the play, and Clevin intercepts the Magi party. Again, the decision-making quickness of the Magi cost them there as Clevin got back and interrupted a 3-on-1 on the power play. Jay Buchholz in, one-on-one, short-handed. Buchholz turns, fires, pad, save, delay, call, the Magi coming. Buchholz across it comes. Back over to Stibbe. Down underneath the net, it's touched up, and Logan Broughton's going to find himself in the box on a high stick call. That minute 27 that remains on the major power play. It's going to escape the Magicians' possession as we're going to skate 4-on-4 for the next minute 27 after that. 33 seconds of power play time for Fargo Davies. Odie Nelson's had a nice night tonight. They've only have him registered for 19 shots against tonight. I think he may have seen more than that. If it has been 19, they've all been pretty quality.
3:15 mark in the third period. Skater number 2 minutes for high sticking. That's 2 minutes high sticking. Time of the penalty, 3:15 of the third.
Chase Haberman, the D-man for the Magi, gets the puck behind his own net and just launches it down, ices the puck. Doesn't realize it's 4-on-4. awareness of the Magi a bit off again tonight. Face off on the glove side of Odin Nelson. Taken off the draw. It's going to be taken here by Jack Plemmel, and Plemmel's out to center with it. Plemmel walks over the center ice stripe down the blue line, dumps it in. Oldham's out to play it. Went off of Plemmel. Plemmel brings it center slot. Bergerud had the chance, but couldn't get a handle on it. And the puck comes all the way back in behind Odin Nelson, who leaves it back in behind here for Opposed. Now Opposed up the near wall. Got it to Bergerud with the backhand. He throws it in. Oldham throws it right back out to center again, right over the Pepsi logo at center ice. 4 minutes have been played in the third. It's still 3-1 in favor of Fargo Davies. Minot High looking to add to the one that they picked up in the final 10 seconds of the second period. Davies looking to add to Jay Buchholz's 2-point night. All the way coast to drive. Odie Nelson makes a stop, now another. The chance was there from Ethan Matson. And Odie is forced to make another save. Face-off will be on Odie Nelson's glove hand side. Peterson's out along with Stenberg. Jake Files out there with Pat Hyde as well. In on the draw for Davies, this is Ethan Matson. Face-off is controlled by the Magi. And it's Pat Hyde out to center. Had his stick whacked out of his hands, then Hyde went for a tumbling right on the near side wall. Hyde still on the ice. He's slow to get up on the right inside the blue line. Hammered in. The stop is made from Oldham, and Hyde slow back to the Magicians bench, and that's bad news for Magicians hockey. Hyde's going right over to Kevin Melby to have a conversation with the Minot High trainer from Trinity Sports Medicine. Is Hyde just winded or is Hyde hurt? Either way, he's in all sorts of pain on the Minot High bench. 8 seconds remains in the 4-on-4. Stenberg's back behind the net, trying to throw it in front, but it's taken away. Out to center ice, Cade Stibbe, the sophomore, works it in. Stibbe, coast to coast, right off the waffle board. Nice save, Odie Nelson. Taken by the Magi. Stenberg with a backhand. He dumps it in. 25 seconds on the Davies power play. They've got a power play goal tonight. They're going to look for more here with 12 minutes, 2 seconds to play in the third period. They're up 3-1 on the Magi from Minot High. After beating Fargo South last night, 3-2. Fancy move. Clement in a drive. Oh, what a save. Odie Nelson, what a fancy move from Clement. Stibbe back with it, turns it and fires it. That one might have went off the shoulder of the mask of Odin Nelson. And the puck goes up and into the protective mesh to stop in the play. And a face-off coming on Odin Nelson's glove hand side. Well, Odie got rocked in the first period. We heard Eric Woodbank's thoughts on that, the Minot High goaltending coach, after Odie came flying out to the top of the circle in a dead sprint. Devin Kelly put the shoulder into him. Odie's just fine and all right. He's had a fantastic game this afternoon. Here's Kelly, a drive and a stop. It's under Odie's pad, and he'll hang tight to it. The Magicians attack. The Davies skater in front of the net, that's 15. Alex Scarprud that took one whack at the pad of Odie Nelson. The D-men were there for the Magi to keep it onto the net. It's 5-on-5 hockey as AC/DC comes on the loudspeakers inside a Pepsi rink. Puck controlled by Davies Eagles, in with it. Slap shot coming. This one goes off of Logan Broughton. There's a scrum in front of the Minot High net. That's Parrott going with Brent Davis. That's a pair of big boys over there scrumming it out. Can't believe there's no call on the play. They continue to go at each other back behind the Minot High goal. Brent Davis out with it. Davis flips it up off the glass, and the puck comes out to center. Now it's dumped back in behind Odin Nelson. Another retrieve. It's Logan Broughton with control. He'll just fire it up through neutral. Bouncing puck comes all the way down in behind the Fargo Davies net. Puck handled here by the Eagles. Away it comes. Hunter Cope had the hit, frees the puck on the wall near wing for just a moment. It's the left side of the radio dial. Puck comes back away to the far wing. Things are getting physical here with 10:38 to play in the third. Magi down by 2 as it's Haberman that's back up through center with it. Haberman had the puck taken away from him. Back into the offensive zone. Manson turns, fires off the goalpost again on the blocker side. And the puck comes all the way down the length of the ice. Here with 10:20 to play in the third period. What an opportunity that was from Jacob Manson. He walked in, the goalpost went clank, and Odie Nelson getting some help from his best friend, the Red Pipes, here tonight. Face off on Odin's blocker side. Nelson's in on the draw. He steps in against 16 on the other side. That's Ethan Matson. Matson has it now. He's underneath the net. Delay call coming on the Magi. Bergerud touches up, and Peterson's going to the box on the tripping call. Davies power play comes back out to the ice. Look out. Sam Smith, the referee, tripped over himself and fell right to the ice. And the fans like that, they make some noise for Sam Smith, who's having a hard time skating here tonight. Look out. Ouch. Those refs do not have an easy job. Everybody in the arena smiling. They just get hammered on, don't they? These guys hardly have any pads on at all. It hurts if you fall on the ice. Go right on his backside. Everybody laughing. Back underneath the net. Davies with control of the puck. Back up to the point. Cleva just dropped it back down into the corner. Blocker side of Odin Nelson. Odie's going to fall on this one. Odie's going to hang tight to it. Broughton comes in. Now some extra after the whistle. Patrick Hyde grabs the throat of Jay Buchholz. And Eric Steele yelling at Pat Hyde. Things are brewing inside the Pepsi rink in an East First West showdown. Keep in mind, Minot High knocked Fargo Davies out of the state tournament contention for a championship last year, the last time these two teams matched up. 4-2 the score that night. Davies looking for some redemption here tonight. Puck comes back up to the point. Eagles with control in their own territory. Roll just moves it down underneath. Cade Stibbe goes to work on it. Stibbe back over to Buchholz. Buchholz cross-checks Pat Hyde. Minot High away with the puck, trying to move it out to center. It's Philly and up to Murphy. Minot High goes for a change, and the Eagles bring it right back in. Stibbe turns it up over the head. That was a headhunt. Almost off the mask of Odie Nelson, but high and wide. Back at center, Jay Buchholz, 2 points tonight. Down into the Minot High end he comes. Fires it on, hit the side of the skate of Broughton. Carried wide, a minute remains in the power play. Davies with the man advantage. Clevin with the puck, walks it down. Stenberg takes it away, back over to Jake Vial, and Vial tees it up and launches it all the way down. 8:55 to play here in the third. 3-1 Davies with the lead. Minot High with the puck. They dump it in from center, and they wear their penalty kill down to 35 seconds. It's Nelson in the box on the tripping call. I thought it was Peterson. It's 36, not 6. My apologies. Either way, Minot High shorthanded. Back at the point, drive comes in, knocked down in front of the Magi net by Peterson, and it's launched the full 200. And Minot High's kill, a bright spot here in the third period with 8:25 remaining. 3-1. Fargo Davies with the lead and the puck. Far side wall it comes. This one off of Devin Kelly. Kelly wears a C on his jersey, represented as one of the captains. In over the line, taken by Donner, fires in, and the stop is made from Odin Nelson. The Bauer catching mitt comes up. And Odie makes save number 24 on shot number 27. Penalty kill down to 1 minute remaining. Davies' power play is out. They send out the centerman, Ethan Matson, to take the draw against Brock Bergerud. Bergerud wins that one back off of a post out of the zone it comes. Here's Avery Beam into the offensive zone. Far wall, trying to make a move and drop it back. He lost a handle on it. Bergerud crashes into a man behind the net. Puck is going to come all the way back up to the point. Beam holds the line. Beam tries to move it ahead forward. Went away to Opposda. Opposda lost a handle on it. And in with it is Wold here for the Eagles. Wold dropped it down to the corner. In the right circle it comes. Peterson only had one hand on his stick, so it couldn't clear the zone. He gets it back, tried to flip it up. Just pushed it right out to center ice where it's taken by Balvich. And Balvich moves it back in. Now Peterson moved it ahead. Only momentarily. Eagles back in. This is a 3-on-3 back into the zone. Taken here by Opposda. Away with it up the far wall. Opposda takes it coast to coast. Down to the corner. Lost the handle on the bouncing puck. Comes to Avery Beam. Back up to Jake Vial. Turns it towards the net. His shot was blocked. Vial has it again. Here's Jake Vial. He's bouldering across the slot. Turns it. Another shot blocked. A drive comes in. Finally, Vial gets one to the goal. But the glove is there. The stop is made from Caden Oldham. 7:02 to play here in the third. Shots are 27-11. In favor of Fargo Davies. They also lead the contest 3-1. Buffalo Wild Wings postgame show will be up next. We'll have our Minot's Finest Collision Center stars of the game. We'll have the recap of the scoring. And hopefully we'll have Jordan Willard in the coach's corner. Puck back in behind the Davies net. Clevin worked it away to the near wing. Scouts in the arena this afternoon. Saw some Manitoba Junior Hockey League jackets here today. Puck intercepted by the Eagles in the Minot High defensive zone. Hyde blocked a shot. That was a stinger. And back the other way it comes for Plemmel. Plemmel dumps it down to the corner. Chip back away, back up. Abrahamson sends it in. Puck taken by the Eagles. They flip up to center, and it falls at center to opposing where he just hammers it off the wall. Back over to the near side to Broughton. And back in when it comes Buchholz. Buchholz went down to an ease, back up, gets the puck back. Goes over to Stibbe in the left circle. Stibbe back to the point. Clevin Howitzer, one-timer. Oh, what a rocket. What a stop that was. And Odie makes the save on the boomer from the line. Clevin's a big boy, at least 6 feet tall. Took a beautiful saucer pass from Stibbe, and he hammered it towards the goal, but Odie made the save. Davies is skilled. They're the real deal. They move the puck around well. Their top unit's real good. We haven't seen their top goaltender here today. Their backup's good as well. He's made 10 stops on 11 shots. Clock has been running. Clock continues to run. Should be about 10 seconds back on the clock. What happened was the puck went into the bench where the scorer's table is, and when that happened, all chaos broke loose down there with Mr. Stack and Mike Kelly Sr. They almost got hit by the puck, so 5:54 is on the clock now. They go back up to 6:03, so 9 seconds put back on the clock. It was close again. I was 1 second off yesterday also. Eric Steele and I are pretty close with deciding how much time should be left. There's a drive that comes in. Odie Nelson's glove side. Puck taken down to the corner by the Eagles. 3-1, Fargo Davies with the lead and the puck. Out of the corner they come. A drive comes in. That one hit traffic from Parent, and now the Magi bring it out to center. Delayed call coming on Davies again. And out to play it is Oldham, and Oldham moves it around to the far side wing, and Minot High will go back to the power play. Can the Magicians get something brewing late in the contest? 5:33 to play in the third. Tripping call on Davies skater number 10, Taylor Parent, the senior. Face-off on the Eagles goaltender blocker side. In the left dot, defensive zone for Fargo Davies. It's Peyton Fillion out with Nick Murphy. Broughton, Hyde, and Jake Vile. Off the draw comes. Fillion has it. Near side, top of the circle. Back up to Hyde. He works it back over. Vile turns it towards the net. Shot save. Rebound. Turned aside again. Oldham will hang tight to it. And the face-off will come on Oldham's glove side. Well, you do have to say that the Magicians are improving. I think you could say. They lost to Central 7-0. They lost to Century 8-0. They lost to High 5-3. Lost to Roseau 9-2. Lost to Bismarck High 3-1 as well. So against some good teams, Minot High is improving. This Davies team is in the mix for a state championship here in 2018. It's a 3-1 game. Shots are 28-12. Minot High played a different brand of hockey tonight, and it seemed to work for them a bit. Odie Nelson's had a big game, and they're only down by 2 of the power play late in the contest. Saucer pass up to Fillion. Left circle over to the right dot. Hyde at the line. Tees it up loose in front. Fillion a drive. Oh, a pad save. Right in front of the net. Fillion was robbed with the left pad of the old school Vaughn leather goal pads. Fillion's got it again. Turned it down underneath the half boards. Fillion had the puck taken away from him, and then it's launched the full 200 feet off of Jacob Madsen as Odie Nelson's out to play it over to Jake Vile. Minot High can clean up some of the little things, just the little mental mistakes. I think they would be on the same page all the way around. It would help quite a bit. Bergerud center slot, turns it and fires it all robbery with the glove. The opportunity there, but Caden Oldham, the senior net keeper, gets the glove up and makes the save. 14 shots on goal that the Magicians have fired the way of Oldham. Some pressure coming. They're firing away. They bring out Brent Davis with Bergerud. Stenberg's out there along with Peterson. Opposed at the point. It's Stibbe along with Buchholz to kill it off for the Eagles. They've got Clement on the back end as well. In my mind, they're three best players. Back to the top of the circle. Far side of drive comes in. Oldham down into the butterfly. He makes the save. And will face it off on Oldham's glove side. A little bit of excitement here at the end of the hockey game. If Minot High can score here, they'll be down by one with around 4 minutes left of the contest. They're right in this thing. They're not out of it now. Opposed has it escaped the zone as it goes right to him, and it got past him. He's going to go back to the other end of the ice to pick it up to Peterson. 20 seconds remains in the power play for the Magi. They turn the burners on as opposed to brings it up through center. He'll dump it down into the corner. That's taken by Clement all the way back out into Minot High territory. Peterson on the retrieve. He's back in over center ice. 2 seconds on the power play for the Magi. Peterson drops it down to the corner. Then he's railed. Davies is at full strength, and it's Clement that chips it high up off the glass over to Buchholz, and Buchholz will bring it out over center. Buchholz is in over the red line, then he dumps it in over the blue. Hops over the stick of Odin Nelson, who wandered onto the net to play it. Peterson's down to the corner, comes right in front of Odie, and Odie's going to fall on it right at the top of the blue paint. 3:12 to play here in the third. Minot High down by 2 with a faceoff coming in their defensive territory. Out on the draw, Devin Kelly. He's actually the winger. It's Taylor Parrott in on the draw. The other winger for Davies is Scarprud. Minot High sends out the young guns, filling it out there along with Jake Weil. The other one's Nick Murphy. Here come the Magi up to center ice. Fillion in on a 2-on-2. Fillion makes a move. Then he lost the puck. Comes back to Weil. Weil turns it towards the net. Bidding for the 5-hole. The stick save was made. Puck comes back up to the point. Taken by Broughton, the bouncer. Comes back in behind the net. Back there battling for it. Nick Murphy, but it's freed by the Eagles, and the Eagles push out to center. Buckle up tight. 2.5 approaching here in the third period. Minot High down by a pair. 3-1. Courtesy of Jay Buchholz and Clement. Clement's got one. Buchholz has two as the Magi trying to push out to center. They do with Weil off to Nick Murphy, and Nick Murphy lost the handle on it. Taken and dumped right back in by Volvich. That one hit a runner in the glass, and the puck comes back in behind the net where it's taken by Pat Hyde. Up over center ice. Now it comes to Plemmel. He's got the burners on. Brings it into the offensive zone. Avery Beeman on the forecheck. Down underneath the net of Oldham, and it's taken out to center ice where it comes right back to Peterson, who shuffles it onward over to Jack Plemmel. With a backhand, he tornadoes that one into the far corner. Bumped off the end wall. Eagles with control again. Now there's a scrum for it. It comes away back to Plemmel. He delivers back underneath the Hunter. Cope, boys, he railed underneath the goal line. Puck comes back up to the point. Peterson sends it in. Pad save. 1:40 to play here in the third. Down by 2 are the Magi. Peterson has it again. Peterson, slap shot, didn't get anything on that. He fanned it. Comes back away underneath the net, and it's taken around to the far side wing. And out to center ice. This is Hansen. Hansen wears the clear eye-tech bubble for Fargo Davies. He'll dump that one in. It's picked up by Peterson, and Peterson cruises out to neutral with it. Peterson down to a minute 17 to play in the hockey game. High stick on the Eagles, and a face-off coming back in Davies' defensive zone. Odie Nelson coming up to the Minot High bench asking John Grubb, when are you bringing me off for the extra attacker? My guess is the Magi are probably going to burn one here in just a moment on the timeout. Will they gobble it up now or no? Yes, they will. Timeout Magi. 1:14 to play in the third. They're down by 2. It's 3-1 Fargo Davies. The finale of this one will return. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
Consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Time to buckle up tight. 1:14 remains in the third period. Minot High down by a pair. 3-1, Fargo Davies has the lead here at the Pepsi Rink on the Magicians' home ice in the first matchup of the year between these two hockey clubs. Pepsi Rink here at Mesa Arena holds roughly 2,400 people. I would guess there's maybe, well, there's a few more on this side probably. I don't know. No more than a couple hundred in here this afternoon. It hasn't been a loud venue by any means. It's been a better game today for the Magi than it was yesterday against Jamestown. Shots are 28-17. Jay Buchholz has 2 goals. Clevin has 1. On the other side, it's Stenberg with the goal for the Magi. Face-off in the offensive zone with Minot High's net empty. 6-on-5, the attack for the Magi, trying to see if they can't come up with another goal. Here's the puck taken by the Eagles out to center ice. Comes back to Patrick Hyde. Hyde across into the offensive zone. Jake Vile takes it and dumps it down. Dump and chase hockey for the Magi. There's Dan Sam with a 1-minute call. Here we go for the Magi. Back to the point. Hyde takes it, fires it forward. Buchholz empty net. He's on a breakaway. He's got 2 tonight. How about a hat trick for Jay Buchholz? He tucks it home after he blocked the shot from Pat Hyde. And Davies is going to stamp another win in the win column. They haven't lost in regulation all year. We're going to improve to 10-0-2 overall on the season. Minot High will fall to 6-7. Back under 500 for the Magi. As Jay Buchholz adds another big night tonight for Jay Buchholz. That's goal number 3 on the afternoon. So on the season, that's goal number 9. Point number 26 for Jay Buchholz. Not a bad run for him. Buchholz, 26 points coming in 11 games, make it 12 games. Let's listen in.
16-12, unassisted, skater number 23, Jay Buchholz. That's a hat trick for Mr. Buchholz. Even strength goal, time of the goal, 16-12 of the third.
Stick around for the Buffalo Wild Wings postgame show. We'll have all the stats, the analysis of the hockey game. Hopefully talk to Jordan Willard afterwards. We'll see if he's available to chat in our Elevation Coaches Corner. We'll have our stars of the game tonight, brought to you by Minot's Finest Collision Center. Davies has the puck in their own territory. Cut them down, kids. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Minot High is going to fall tonight. Final score, 4-1. The East Region foe comes in and beats up on the Magi 28-17. Final shots on goal. Davies finds a way to score 3 on Odie Nelson. They add the empty netter to make it 4-1. Buffalo Wild Wings postgame show is next. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey. Magi fall tonight 4-1. We'll hear how it happened when we return.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Go for lunch when supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for Planet Pizza. I love space. Planet Pizza.
Hi, my name is Marshall Kanab. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork and their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know who know you by name. First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
ProStyleProduction.com. This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network has been made possible by IMM, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Souris Valley Dental, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Thrifty White Drug, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Buffalo Wild Wings, Pimento Orthodontics, Bremer Bank, Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, First International Bank and Trust, Tecta America Dakotas, Elevation, First Western Bank and Trust, and Pro Style Production DJ Services. Stay up to date with the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network at ProStyleProduction.com. It's time for the Buffalo Wild Wings postgame show with the recap, stats, analysis, coaches' thoughts, Minot's Finest Collision Center stars of the game, and all the wing sauce you can handle. Let's return to the press box with Nick Hulberg.
Buffalo Wild Wings sounds pretty good right about now, doesn't it? Maybe some Asian zing wings, maybe some Parmesan garlic, whatever it may be. Tastes good tonight. It would taste a little better if the Magi could have mustered up a win this afternoon, but it was the Fargo Davies Eagles that came into the Magic City and ended up finishing tonight's contest with a 4-1 win over the Magi from Minot High. Jordan Willard joins us in just a moment for the Elevation Coach's Corner. We'll hear the coach's thoughts in just a second.
It's time for the Elevation Coach's Corner. Elevation, located at the Minot Country Club and open to the public 7 days a week. Elevate your game at Elevation. Now back to the ice for the Elevation Coach's Corner.
Jordan Willard's ice level with us now for the Elevation Coach's Corner. Coach, obviously frustrating losing tonight 4-1. Take some positives out of the hockey game, however. This is a hockey team that a lot of people think could win the state championship at the end of the year, and a lot of people would probably say this probably isn't going to be the Magicians' year, so a 4-1 game with an empty net goal, kind of respectable in my mind. Your thoughts overall in the hockey game? That Fargo Davies team just came out and really showed what kind of muscle they have. Buchholz, Clevin, Stibbe, those are some pretty good players, and they had good goaltending as well today. Your thoughts on the hockey game?
Yeah, I mean, like you just said, that top line that they got there, those are some good hockey players. Those boys get up and go, and they're fun to watch. A couple positives. We only gave up 28 shots. Like you said, fourth goal is an empty netter, but at the end of the day, there still just needs to be more compete out of this group. You get down one, you get down two, and at that point, the other team takes a 5-minute major, and you're on a power play with the chance to get a goal, and all of a sudden you got 2-1 hockey game. The whole dynamic of the thing changes, and our power play's been struggling. There's just not enough compete and urgency. You talk to the kids. God, I remember being in juniors and even in college. You hear the power play, or you're on the power play. Hear guys getting talked to. Like, it's a privilege. It's not a right. You got your third or fourth line guys go out there and they draw a penalty, and then you go out there as a first line guy and you're just not going to work hard and do anything. I mean, it's just we need more from those guys.
Talk a little bit about Odie Nelson's play here this afternoon. Boy, the only critique on Odie is that he's been a little bit hot and cold at times. Today it's fair to say that he was hot. Odie kept you guys in the hockey game. Nice performance from Odie Nelson here this afternoon.
Yeah, I thought Odin played well. He takes a charge there. No way in my mind that's not a penalty. That's a conversation for another day. But he bounced back. It's good to see him playing through some adversity, and he just needs to get some help in front of him. Guys need to get blocking shots, and this D-zone system that we're running is limiting shots, and I think that's just good for us as a team.
Most frustrating thing that I take away from a day like today, and question is, how do you correct stuff like this? You can only
scream and throw water bottles and tip over garbage cans so many times in that locker room, but just stuff like icing the puck on the power play or on 4-on-4 when you think that you're shorthanded, when stuff like that happens, just the focus level at times has to make you a little bit concerned. What do you do, and what's the message, coming into this West Region, big West Region week coming up against Bismarck Century and High? You know that you guys have to play your best hockey if you want a shot at being number 2 or number 3 probably coming out of the West. You need some wins this week against Century and Bismarck High. What do you do to try to turn that focus level up just a bit in these best West Region matchups coming up this week?
Well, I mean, it's just I don't know. I don't really have a magic potion. I mean, we've tried a bunch of different things, Nick. We've tried different lines. We've tried, being extremely hard. We've tried being extremely nice. At some point, the kid's got to take some ownership. It's same thing. You're a teacher in school. You're a teacher in high school. You can't baby the kids through high school. Like, they have to start taking some ownership in their own play, in their own, systems, in their own everything. I mean, you got seniors in there, like, hey, you just remind them, like, guys, like, this is, you're getting down to the last 3-4 weeks of your high school career, and it's over. Like, at some point, somebody needs to take the bull by the horns and just say, like, hey, guys, like, this isn't going to cut it, and, just be better. Like you said, it's not like every night we get done, it's all negative. There's positives that come out of everything. We just need to put all the positives together, for a couple games. We had slow starts. Now we're having better starts, but we're not playing well in the second period. It's just little things like that, and I think if we can shore those up, we could be in for a big week.
Sure, appreciate your time. We'll see you on Tuesday night. As always, thanks for talking to us.
Sounds good. Thanks, Nick.
That's Jordan Willert, the assistant coach of the Minot High Magicians, after they fall tonight to Fargo Davies 4-1, the final score in this West First East Region showdown tonight. Here's how it went down tonight. Here's the recap of the scoring. Tyler Clevin scored 7:41 in for Davies. Briar Sylvester had the assist. That was 1-0 Davies at that point. Then it was 2-0 Fargo Davies at 13:51 of the first. Even strength goal, Jay Buchholz, first of his 3 tonight. Cade Stibbe had the assist, as did Isaac Balvich. Into the second period we went, and Jay Buchholz scores shorthanded at 2:15 of the period. Buchholz, what a player he is. Fun to watch him play. Minot High got their only goal of the hockey game with 10 seconds remaining in the second. It was Kyler Stenberg from Zach Peterson, and the Magicians find themselves on the board courtesy of a power play goal. Then Jay Buchholz added an empty netter with 48 seconds remaining in the contest here tonight to close this one out 4-1. Final shots on goal, 28-17 in favor of Fargo Davies. Odie Nelson comes up with 25 stops tonight, 16 on the other side for Caden Oldham, playing in his second game this year for Fargo Davies. We'll come back to our Buffalo Wild Wings post-game show and select our Minot's finest collision center stars of the game. We'll also get you geared up for next week, where Minot High takes on Century on Tuesday, and the big one, Bismarck High, on Thursday. Well, both of them are big, but that big rivalry here on home ice returns with Bismarck High on Thursday night. Minot High loses tonight 4-1. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey. We'll have the rest of our Buffalo Wild Wings post-game show and select our stars of the game when we return. This is Magi Hockey.
ProStyleProduction.com. This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network has been made possible by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Souris Valley Dental, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Thrifty White Drug, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibetta Orthodontics, Bremer Bank, Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, First International Bank and Trust, Tecta America Dakotas, Elevation, First Western Bank and Trust, and Pro Style Production DJ Services. Stay up to date with the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network at ProStyleProduction.com.
Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork and their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Let's go back to the press box for more of the Buffalo Wild Wings postgame show.
The rematch of last year's state quarterfinals has a different outcome here tonight. 4-1 in favor of Fargo Davies. Last year at the Big Dance, it was Minot High that won 4-2 to advance to the state semifinals. Minot High's home ice today, the arguably top team in the state of North Dakota. Fargo Davies walks out of here with a 4-1 win. With the loss this afternoon, Minot High's record falls to 5-7-1 overall. Fargo Davies improves to a 10-win season. They're 10-0-2 on the year. Still haven't lost in regulation. They're the real deal. Next up for the Magi, once again a matchup on Tuesday evening, 7:30 with Bismarck Century, the top team in the West region. That's a 7:30 start. Planet Pizza pregame show will start at 7:10. Guess what? Larry the Legend McFall will join us on Tuesday and on Thursday for the Bismarck matchups this week. Hope you're ready for that. Always fun having Mr. McFall on. Thursday night, it's Bismarck High coming into Minot at 7:30. Planet Pizza pregame show at 7:10 that night as well. We'll have a webcast for both of those games, as always, here at the Pepsi Rink. Minot High looking to see if they can pick up some crucial wins inside of West Region play. Their schedule doesn't get any easier taking on Bismarck Century on Tuesday night or Bismarck High on Thursday night, but some much-needed wins coming up this week ahead, and a big week for Magi hockey.
It's time for the Minot's Finest Collision Center stars of the game. Minot's Finest Collision Center. We are Minot's Finest.
Never an easy choice picking your top three of the night, especially when the opposing team comes into your home ice and dominates, for lack of better terms. Kind of an easy choice in my mind tonight, but it's going to be a mixed review if you're a big Magicians fan. Minot's Finest Collision Center wants to do it up right, as do I. That's why our star of the game tonight will be Jay Buchholz. The kid had a hat trick. He was fantastic tonight. A lot of fun to watch. Jay Buchholz, our number one star of the game. 1 goal tonight for Tyler Clevin, but on the back end for Davies, he was the real deal. He'll be my number 2 star of the game tonight. Clevin, in my mind, may be a next-level player, a big frame on the defender for Fargo Davies. He was good back there. He created a lot of opportunities for Davies. He's the number 2 star of the game tonight. Number 3 star of the game tonight, Minot High goaltender Odie Nelson. Boy, he played well. 25 saves on 28 shots on goal. He'll land in my top 3 tonight. The Magi goaltender, without his performance tonight, this one could have been an ugly one for the Magi. Nelson, the 3rd star, the Magi goaltender. 2nd star, Clevin, the defender. And Jay Buchholz, the number 1 star of the game with the hat trick tonight for Fargo Davies. Those are your Minot's Finest Collision Center stars of the game. Minot's Finest Collision Center ensures proper procedures are followed to maintain the safety features to keep you and your family safe. We're more than an auto body repair shop. We are Minot's Finest, 839-0989. Buffalo Wild Wings postgame show comes to a close with the Magi falling tonight 4-1. Goals again from Jay Buchholz, 3 of them for him. Kyler Stenberg had 1 for the Magi. Tyler Clevin had the other one. Final shots again tonight, 28-17 in favor of Fargo Davies. Next up for the Magi, they head right back to their locker room underneath the Pepsi Rink bleachers to take on Bismarck Century on Tuesday night and Bismarck High on Thursday night. Hope you're ready for West Region action again coming up this week. We'll have those games on 1390 for you, KRRZ, and of course at ProStyleProduction.com. We'll see you on Tuesday night. Until then, good night and God bless. Thanks for joining us for Magi Hockey. Final score, Fargo Davies 4, Minot High 1. We'll see you Tuesday night.
First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team